Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy, Marlon. We're back at it again. Sorry for the late start, people. I mean, I was running into some technical difficulties and, my computer's been acting up, so I had to literally change up the whole scope of everything. So hopefully you guys are digging the new setup here that we do have for our podcast. And this is episode 9. So welcome aboard. Now we do have a lot of interesting topics to talk about. As you guys know, Halo Infinite. And of course, that disaster of a showcase from Xbox with the Xbox Series X showcase. And so hopefully you guys are doing okay. Me, I'm doing great, man. Definitely doing great. Give me 1 second here. Let's see if we can actually get the panel in here. All right, so we got the Valve joystick in here. We got WG Martin. And we have BitCloud Gaming in here today, guys. So hopefully you guys are doing okay. Now, let me go ahead and summarize these topics real quick, and then we can go ahead and get started, because I'm telling you guys, man, we have a lot of stuff to actually go over today. Now, so first thing is first, guys, we're going to be talking about the Xbox Series X showcase. We're going to be talking about God of War for the PlayStation 5 for 2021. We're also going to be talking about the state of play that is rumored to be on August. We're going to talk about Xbox future, because it seems as though that the future is not so bright for Xbox right now. We're also going to be talking about pre-order, PS5 pre-order. We got a little bit of update once again on that, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And of course, a host of other very good, in-depth, interesting topics here. All right, so let's start off with what everybody has been playing and what everybody's been doing all of this week. All right, so let's start off here with Ryan. What you been doing, man?
What's up, man? Playing that Ghost of Tsushima. I haven't even beaten it. I'm still on Act 1 because I've been too busy laughing and making content of what's been going on these past couple of days. I mean, I've been told so much stuff, People said I had to look out for, and yeah, we got to the results and it wasn't pretty, but we'll get into that later, I guess. So.
All right. No doubt. All right, the devout joystick man. We didn't have you last week. How you feeling, brother? How you doing?
Hey, man, it's good to be back. I'm feeling a lot better, man. I beat Last of Us Part 2 on that Saturday, as well as I've been bouncing around between Paper Mario, the Origami King, and the Ghost of Tsushima as well. So, yes, sir.
Okay. Your mic sounds a little bit off.
Okay. How about now?
Still a little offish.
I'm gonna fix it. Bear with me.
Okay, you're fine. WG Martin, what you been up to this week, man? What you been playing?
Oh man, that's been one hell of a week. I literally just started Ghost of Tsushima last night, so we're getting into that. But it's crazy, man. It's definitely crazy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still on that Ghost of Tsushima myself. Brilliant game. Game is doing extraordinary well. So
You savage for showing this gameplay, by the way.
Oh man, got to show people what they're missing, because apparently we need to play it at 4K 60 to really see the difference, right? So definitely got to show something. Now, gentlemen, we got to talk about this Xbox Series X showcase. And honestly, I'm just gonna start off first, man. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm very disappointed, because I was hoping that Phil could back up everything that he was actually saying. I'm getting a little bit of feedback. Mute yourself, joystick, for a minute. Okay, there you go. All right, so I'm getting a little bit of feedback from your end. So I'm very disappointed, man, because Phil, he made some big remarks saying that you know, Sony showed what they showed, but they're gonna have a much more better conference and their games are gonna look better on their console and this and that, all this talk. And then, you know, saying that exclusive games are counter to what gaming is about, all of this tough talk here and there. And I was hoping that, man, Xbox could just revitalize themselves and really show us that, look, man, you know, they learned their lesson and they really wanted to prove something to us. And I did not get that wow factor. You know, I was not blown away. And I'm just kind of like, bro, like, you start off the show with Halo Infinite, and I'm looking at this game and I'm like, bro, this is like Halo 1 remake. Like, you have done nothing with this $500+ million budget of a game.
The amount of employees on it, you know, they got more people working on this one game than any game that PlayStation has had. That's for sure.
Exactly.
And keep in mind, not God of War. I'm sorry, I mean cut you off, but Last of Us 2 had $100 million budget.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
This is a $500 million budget.
Yeah, and you got games that was released like 5, 7, 6 years ago. Shadowfall looks better than this. Halo 3 looks better than this. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, what is going on here? And then it makes me think about their quality control people. Like, wait a minute, you had 1,200 people sitting down, making this whole show come together, and nobody thought to themselves like, wait a minute, you know what, man, let's delay Halo Infinite, or this don't look up to par. Bro, you're showing this stuff to the world, so first impression is always the freaking last, okay? And you put this out there to the world, and then you're gonna damage control, and then you're gonna say, oh, it's the virus. Don't blame this on the freaking virus. This game has been in development for years before this pandemic started. So I had somebody reach out to me from Xbox saying, hey, we sorry that you didn't like the show and everything, but you know, you just got to give us a break, man. It's because of the pandemic. The pandemic, I can see if the game just started development this year and y'all didn't have enough time to prepare gameplay and stuff. This game has been in development for God knows how long, and they've been having development trouble. I think 343 just need to stay away from that. Everything else that was shown at this freaking showcase was okay. I'm just
a lot of
honest.
it was fast, just no gameplay. Yeah.
Just no gameplay, so you can't even really like judge anything. Okay, you show off Fable. Hellblade shouldn't have been there. Hellblade should have been held off altogether. They shouldn't have shown anything on that, because all he did was, oh, here's a location. Oh, okay, thank you so much. Like, bro, like you didn't you didn't show us anything there. And then of course, Crossfire, that's not gonna be on Game Pass, right? And then you showed what was that game called? Stalker 2?
Stalker 2, and they announced fucking Dragon Quest is coming to Game Pass, which was a good announcement, but my thing is this: why was that in the pre-show and Hellblade 2 was on the main show and there was nothing shown for Hellblade 2?
Nothing shown for that.
That should have been on your main show, was the Quantum Dragon Quest. That should have been on the main show.
Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of, and what blows my mind, to be honest with you guys, is that this is your moment right here to sell Series X's. But you made it very clear that Series X's is not your main focus to sell, right? You don't want to sell these consoles at all. Hardware is not your Game Pass. So this whole thing was just a filler for Game Pass. That's all it was. And I'm just sitting here and I'm like, okay, is this a commercial just for Game Pass? You know, like, I was very disappointed, man. So Ryan, what's your ultimate thoughts on this, man? I'm very disappointed.
So the whole like, oh, we need a time thing, there's no excuse for that, especially when you advertise and you hype this event up and all that jazz. If you hype an event up like this, obviously you're confident in what you have to show, right? And you know that what you're going to show is either impactful or you think it's going to be impactful. So the fact that they're even going to that excuse is ridiculous. And then they're saying the pandemic. Now, granted, that's a valid excuse, right? We can all agree, the pandemic. But here's the thing: when Sony said that for the PlayStation reveal being pushed back by like what, a week or 3 days, 4 days, dudes just sitting there damaged or coming after Sony saying, "Oh, that's a convenient excuse." Very interesting now how it's not a convenient excuse for Xbox when they've been doing the most talking this gen when it comes to games. Dudes are so quick to accept mediocrity when it comes to this platform. It's unreal. And for the most part, the games here, some actually did look good. I can't front. Some actually do have potential and can be great. It's just for the level of hype that Microsoft put into this, and especially Aaron Greenberg. What did Aaron Greenberg say, Marlon? Oh, good show, Sony, but you know, those games are gonna look and play better on Xbox Series X. Did he not say that on Twitter?
Yes,
Mom?
he did. Yes, he
So
did.
if you're gonna make bold claims like this, if you're gonna try and throw shade at Sony's events, like, oh, you know, and try to add fuel to this whole RDNA 2 thing, like, oh yeah, Xbox does this with mesh shaders, Xbox Series X has 52, you know, CUs or 32 CUs and all that. We have X amount of architecture, we can do all this. Okay, then deliver. But to the people who are all of a sudden making excuses for this, oh come on, bro, come on. And for the record, if this was PlayStation, best believe Marlon, me, everybody would be doing the exact same thing we're doing here. Let them have it. But unfortunately, this was not worth the. This didn't come nowhere near to what they hyped up. At the end of the day, you felt underwhelmed at the show. Halo Infinite, I was not expecting Halo Infinite to look like that, especially with all the talk about it, the budgeting, and the employees working on this. I was expecting something like, you know, jaw-dropping. I really was. It feels like they're turning, like, am I the only one who's getting like a Destiny feel from Halo Infinite?
Yeah, me too.
It feels like they are really trying to turn Halo into Destiny, and they're already talking about this being the only Halo, right? And them adding on to this, so you can already guess what this game turned into: a microtransaction fest type of game. They're gonna like literally filter feed you features and other stuff for this game. Is this really what you want? Is this really what you want? It's some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, come on, man. This is not what we signed up for. This is not what we were hyped for. You're talking about 12 T-flops. You're talking about, oh, Lockhart. Dude saying Sony's in trouble. Sony's is gonna fall. I'm watching this dumb event. I'm like, bro, y'all just handed Sony the next gen, and they didn't even get into their second half of what they have to show. Ratchet and Clank looks more impressive than Halo Infinite. And there was no pop-it whatsoever. What are we doing here?
Exactly.
I don't get this. I really don't get it. You know, dudes can say what they want about Last of Us 2. They can say they don't like the story. That's understandable. That's a valid complaint. I'm kind of up there. I'm in the midst. I'm kind of torn between the story, right? But let's keep it real. Last of Us 2, from a production and standout type of point of view, that looks more appealing than Halo Infinite, doesn't it?
Facts.
Ghost of Tsushima looks more appealing than Halo Infinite, doesn't it? And that's on PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
This is why I say, dudes talk so much about power, but you're not looking at what's happening with these studios. Even the Initiative, which is the main studio that everybody wants to see is working on, right? They're talking about AA games first before they get into AAA. So let that sink in on what you're really going to be getting with this new initiative with the Game Pass thing. You're going to get a bunch of, like, literally filler games on the service, and then those bigger games will come later. But what Microsoft is truly trying to look for, and some of you might think is crazy, it is kind of smart, but at the same time, it's stuff that you do when you're in the lead, you know? You don't do this at the start. You do this when you're in the lead, you're already established. You come out with the big guns first, you wow people, then you do this type of stuff they're trying to do.
Yes, sir.
They're looking for the next Minecraft.
Yeah.
By doing these AA games. And unfortunately, especially at this time, nobody gives a shit. we want those true experiences. I'm not spending $500 on a next gen system, especially for this one, you know, and I'm not getting anything worthwhile. It was even more funny to the dumbasses who said, "Oh, this shit was on par with a 2080 Ti Supra."
Oh,
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I would delete your channels if I were you. Delete your channels. don't stay away from a mic. Don't ever come on another show. Don't say another word. Dude said this is on par with a 2080 Ti. Dude was actually sending me spec sheets. I'm like, do you know what you just sent me? It's like, benchmarks. Yeah, benchmarks for a 2080 Ti that's overclocked. Where is the benchmarks for Xbox Series X? Whoa, no, you're just a pody. You don't want to see the facts. I'm like, no, I'm not a dumbass. You can't fool any PC gamer with no dumbass spec sheet that's been overclocked. Any PC gamer can see the damn spec sheet and tell you that was tampered with. Ain't no damn console overclocked in terms of GPU power. Where are we doing here? Ain't nothing. Hey, come on, man. And I haven't said anything negative about it. That's funny. I've been all nice. It's all the sunshine and rainbows, you know. Yeah, we'll take a few jabs at the Xbox, but I haven't even begun to go after Xbox. I haven't even started. Dudes like, oh, Ryan's going soft. No, I just took my sweet time. I didn't care. I let dudes dig themselves in holes. These motherfuckers. These motherfuckers. Oh, Ryan, you're a pony now. You're this. I'm a pony now. Because this show sucked ass. You want to sit here on your knees in front of Phil saying this shit was fucking amazing. Yeah, this shit's amazing now, huh? This shit was groundbreaking, huh? They showed you fucking grounded with Cyberpunk. How the fuck is that supposed to get me excited? What the fuck are we doing here? Oh, we're talking about fucking Hellblade 2. But instead of gameplay, let's talk about the fucking island where we're getting fucking samples from. What? Who the fuck cares? All you did was confirm that you didn't even start production. That's basically what they just confirmed. They were just now starting development. Hope y'all notice this. Whenever a company is just now taking samples from an island or location, that means they are just now starting development. Yeah. Just now.
Yeah.
Sad, wake up, people. You have a long wait for a lot of these games. And especially for Forza. Forza's not even going to be at launch.
Forza Motorsport,
it's an engine. That's not even ready. That's not even ready. So that game more likely has been delayed further.
Designed for like car models and like people sitting in cars. That's not really that hard to flex on the development cycle of making realistic looking cars and then just movement of those frames. Like that doesn't take that much effort.
Yeah, I mean, just
dudes playing the innocent card though. This is what's killing me. Dudes are playing the fucking innocent card. Oh, now everybody just has a thing for Microsoft. When these same motherfuckers were spreading around The Last of Us 2 leaks. Y'all remember the spoilers? How many fucking these motherfuckers that are crying on Twitter was sending around the fucking the leaks of Abby and shit? Come on, be honest, everybody in the chat. Y'all know y'all see them sitting around. I mean, these motherfuckers were sitting around trying to ruin The Last of Us 2, but all of a sudden they're good people. Oh, get the fuck out of here, dog. That shit sucks. I'm done with Xbox. They already sold me on what the fuck I need to do in the future. Exactly. Upgrade the rig. I'm keeping it moving. I'm not giving them any more benefit of the doubt. I told you, you have one fucking shot, one chance. If you fuck up this time around, that clearly shows that you don't want to fucking improve, that you don't want to step up your game. And for the people saying give it time, you give it fucking time. I'm not giving anything time. We've all been waiting for how long for these next gen systems? We've been hearing empty promises for how long? None of you can. That's the thing about a lot of these dudes. Like, I'm calm and collected, but when I get fired up, I can't be destroyed in this. I can't be beaten in anything. There's the common sense here. There is nothing here. It's the basic principle. Sony has delivered on every single avenue. They have delivered. And what's even more funnier, going into next gen, you know you have nothing but straight exclusives dropping on PS5 day one. That means they're still dropping more. They just ended this gen off with Ghost of Tsushima. And they're getting ready to start with Ratchet and Clank and many others. But hey, Sony didn't listen, right? Sony's not a good value.
Ryan, you spitting straight facts, my brother. You spitting straight facts, man.
Most of the calm collective one, but today I can't fucking hold that shit in. I've been honest. I hate being that guy that had to sit back. But I have to be brutally honest. That is my fucking power. I am brutally honest. I will tell you how it is. From what you saw, are you really sold on the Xbox Series X? Do you need a Series X?
No,
Phil Spencer just told you, especially with Game Pass. He basically told you even with Game Pass. All these games are on Game Pass. People keep trying to use that as an excuse. These games are on Game Pass. You're missing the point.
Come on, man.
The point is, they're basically telling you these fucking games you don't need a Series X for. Get it on PC. That's what they're telling you. Get it on PC.
And you want to know the crazy
That's what they're telling you.
The crazy thing about that is that we're mad, but they literally said that in a way before their showcase even began. They said, we want to make everything available across all platforms, not just the Series X. And they legit, it's like they showed you their hand before their hand was even created. And then now we're looking at them, and now they're just sitting there with like the dookie face saying, "We told y'all what we said we was gonna do. Y'all just didn't believe us." And here they go, and that's the audacity of anger I have. Is like, I thought y'all was just gonna cater to many other people that probably couldn't afford the Xbox Series X at launch, which many other console generations have done that. Mm-hmm. But then you go ahead and then you literally say, "Oh, don't worry. All of these games are going to be available on PC and Xbox Game Pass as well." So what exclusifies?
You don't even the fact that they're treating their main core audience like second fucking class is the most asinine thing I've ever seen, and dudes are okay with it. We're hyping up the rumor. Keyword, this hasn't been confirmed. I want y'all to know this in the chat. This has not been confirmed. Me and Marlon talked about it. I even brought this to attention. There's a rumor going around they might make Xbox Go free. Remember that? That's the rumor going around?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Wouldn't that be a Megaton announcement, or not Megaton, a fucking, what was that shit called? Mic drop moment they announced that at this event? Clearly, they don't have your best interest at heart. If they really wanted to do that, they would have done that and make it more streamlined across the board. They're still charging you for Xbox Live Gold, while PC users get to play this for free, and with only one actual subscription service, and that's Game Pass. Tell me I'm losing my mind or not. This is crazy. They can do that. What's going on here? Y'all cool with this? Come on, bro. Y'all getting played like crazy. Y'all playing top dollar for Xbox Live Gold and all this stuff. Plus Game Pass, which y'all hyping up as the second coming of Jesus. But PC dudes get to access all these games completely unlocked at ultimate frames, all that shit. And they don't even get charged an extra fee. How the fuck do you feel right now? How do you feel right now? It's real shit. This game is running at 60 frames, but it looks like it's fucking it's running on a fucking old ass i5. Come on, man.
It's running on a PC.
I can't even concentrate
on the
right now.
Series X. You might as well call it a not Xbox showcase. You might as well call it a PC showcase because everything was running on PC once again. You're trying to get people to go over to Series X. You know what I'm saying? And you're trying to sell Series X. So what's the freaking point? It doesn't make any sense. And then, when Matt Booty came out and he said, hey, you know what? Everything that's going to be launching for Series X will also be on the Xbox One as well. And then now they put out a statement saying, oh, wait, not everything was shown at the event is going to be on Series X. Because Fable is going to be coming out, the next 2, 3, 4 years. So obviously that's not going to be on Xbox One. Hellblade 2 is not going to be on the original Xbox One, because those games are 3, 4, 5 years out in development. So yeah, we don't need you to explain that. And then Greenberg is gonna come out and say, "Oh well, bro, come on, man. We're in the middle of a pandemic." Yes, we get that, but when your competition is gonna sit here and outshine you, man, come on, man.
Bro,
not
even the major. Keep in mind, not even the major third-party fucking devs showed up to this fucking show. I hope y'all realize this shit. Am I tripping? The major third-party devs did not show up to this. Why do you think they're gonna show up to the PS5 event? Because Brittany Messina told you, like I fucking told you. You say, oh, this dude doesn't know what he's talking about. PS5 loads assets 5 times faster than Series X. PS5 is more accessible than Series X. Bro, PS5 is a much more optimized system than Series X. Do not let teraflops deter you from what the fuck you're getting with PS5. Look what happened with 1.8 teraflops, what you got for PS4. We have 10.3. Imagine the possibilities.
Yeah, that's the key word.
Let that sink in. Let that sink in.
Bro, the PS3 version of Last of Us looks better than anything that was shown on Halo Infinite.
Freaking sad, bro.
That is sad, bro.
It's really sad. You know what I'm saying?
PS3 version, not the remastered, the PS3 version.
Oh my god. Bro, I think Metal Gear Solid Guns of the Patriots looks better than this shit.
Bro, at this point, honestly, at this point, if you want to go ahead and buy a Series X, bro, it's up to you. You know what I'm saying? Completely wasting your time, wasting. Hey, Jay Golden, thank you so much for the 20, man. He says no cap. Facts. I mean, you look at this game right here. We see it on screen right now on this beautiful Sony Bravia TV, and you mean to tell me this ugly freaking ape, this stink face ape, is in your face talking?
Like, first of all, like, dude had longer hair. Was I tripping? Wasn't like a comparison, like another cutscene? Dude had like longer hair and shit like that.
Yeah.
Was that the same guy or was that a different one? Because that's the same fucking guy. I'm gonna die.
Ugly.
I'm gonna die.
No, bro. That game.
I'm confused right now. That's the same one.
I ain't gonna lie, I had a good time laughing at these memes though, man. Like,
bro, the one for Spider-Man killed me. He was like, everywhere I go, I see this.
Ryan, Ryan, freaking Baron is in the chat, man. Here we go.
Oh my God! What you guys
ready to go through them tables? You ready to go through them tables again today?
Baron, what's up, Baron? What you guys say, bro?
I really want to know what he got to say about this. Yeah. This is absolutely 100% garbage. The freaking textures, poppins. We're talking about freaking poppins. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear no crap about no early Bill. I don't want to hear no crap about no early Bill. You know what I'm saying? Talking about early Bill and show your best. You're showing the world everything that you got for the first time. Show your best. Oh, we got
anybody capping for this shit is a fucking simp, in my opinion.
Bro, man, we got Xbox channels, damage controlling.
There's nothing to cap about. This is worse than capping. What was that game called? Girl Gamer? Or Gamer Girl shit, whatever that game was called?
Yeah.
That's worse than capping for that shit. You're a fucking simp if you're capping for this shit. Oh, give him time, man. Give him time. The game comes out in 3-4 months.
Man, look. Talking about we got plenty of time. We still got a long time before launch. 3 months?
Matt Booty at the end talking about, we showed you 20 to something exclusive.
What you didn't show us no 20 something exclusive. What are you talking about, dog? Like, what are you saying? That doesn't even make sense. So, Wii U, based on everything that you saw, okay? Based on everything that you saw, how do you feel?
Straight garbage. Straight trash. That's what I'm saying.
Does that make you wanna gravitate to a Series X and buy a Series X day one?
I'm going to go and upgrade this PC. And if I want to play Halo Infinite, I'm gonna play it on the PC. There's literally no reason. They gave me no reason to go out there holiday and get a Series X when I can get a PS5 and get Spider-Man exclusive, Ratchet & Clank exclusive. Name it. Come on, can the list go on? Like,
I forgot. That's DLC. I'm sorry. The dude saying that's DLC.
Yeah. Of course, he's gonna have people.
It's a complete DLC, right? Ain't that right, Baron?
But that DLC is gonna look way better than that Halo Infinite, though. I'm just not gonna cap.
Incomplete DLC looks better than that trash that was just shown.
DLC looks better than that Halo Infinite, which is a whole full sequel game, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad, man. It's really Chris, you got anything on this, man? You got anything on this Xbox showcase, man? How you really feel, bro? Are you gonna cop that Series X?
First off, can y'all hear me? Like, am I having any issues?
Kind of going a little in and out. Like, say something again.
Something again.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Go ahead.
So, like I told you,
I'm gonna mute my mic.
Okay, so like I told you last podcast that I was on, if Xbox Series X provided games that I could actually see in the next couple years that made it worthwhile for me to pick it up and just hang on with what they showed on this last showcase, I would have got one. But like everybody's saying, $500 at base. Like, even if they make it more expensive or a little bit under the bar, it's not worth it right now. Like, it's not worth it at all. So I'm already in the process of building a PC as it is, and I'll hit up BitCloud for some pointers. But like, honestly, at the end of the day, and this is coming from a game design student at this point, we are literally in a gold sprint and a level design that we're working on as a team, and we're dealing with a pandemic right now, so I can kind of simulate a kind of like production cycle in the terms of a pandemic, because this pandemic has been going on since the beginning of this year, and I've been dealing with my own development cycle for a game that I'm working on, so they have no excuse. It's all done remotely.
especially with a team that big. There's no fucking excuse. There's nothing.
Yeah.
All these accolades you claiming you got. Oh, we got 1,200 or 1,500 people working on it.
Where is the freaking studios?
Where's the
is
proof?
all the studios? You
Bro, it
came
was
up on
more
stage
funny
and you said,
where's the initiative? Why was the initiative not
where's
here?
all the where's all the freaking
Where's Compulsion Games?
studios?
Where's
Bro.
Compulsion Games?
Oh my god.
Bro, I was pissed though when they was like, "Oh, like we didn't show you all the studios." I'm like, really? I thought, what the fuck is this? Like,
Yeah, for all the Xbox elitists like Baron, this is for you.
Look, at the end of the day, like I said, they failed.
This for y'all.
They failed, literally failed to impress, literally failed to match the competition, literally failed to sell their freaking console. Bro, everything started to come out after the showcase. Everything started to come out. One thing after the other. Oh, it was actually running on PC. Are you freaking kidding me? But Sony can show you games that's running on actual hardware. Sony can show you games, pre-alpha footage of games that looks way better than Halo Infinite. So what were they doing with that $500 million budget? What were they doing? Like buying strippers and sitting at home twinkling their freaking fingers? Seriously, like what the heck was y'all even thinking? This is lazy game design.
Yes,
lazy.
yes.
Seriously.
Hey, I got something else to chime in on the pre-alpha stuff because I just finished pre-alpha, alpha. Now I'm out of beta, going into gold for the thing. The scary thing about Ratchet and Clank: A Rift Apart is that pre-alpha stuff looked like gold. It looked done, and that's scary for Xbox because literally, like, they said they're not done. So what
They're
they're
still
done
shitting
going
on
to
you.
look like?
With no popping, shit is super fast. No, I don't get it. Shit like a fucking Pixar movie. Are you fucking serious? Come on, bro. Hey, what is going on here? And they actually had ray tracing of reflections with the metal of a Clink. Come on, bro. That shit looked crazy.
Bro, it's crazy.
You already know if they have a 60 frames per second mode, if that's really the direction of the first party, where it's legit going to give you visuals and a performance mode, I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit.
Yo, Jay Golden in the chat.
Jay Golden with the $10 says Baron can't handle the healed truth. He can't. For somebody that preaches, the gospel and everything, man, look, the truth hurts at the end of the day. You have all these Xbox-centric channels that are damage controlling this whole showcase and giving Microsoft the benefit of the doubt. Bro, I'm not trying to defend Microsoft. I defended Microsoft when they came out and said, hey, look, they're against developers charging for free next-gen upgrade. I was like, okay, that's good. That's pro-consumer because right now 2K is one of the first publishers to come out and say, hey, we're going to charge you $10 more for next-gen upgrades. So I applaud them for that. I also applaud them for coming out and saying, hey, you know what? We want to give a different approach from the whole exclusive approach for our machine. We want everybody to play everywhere. People don't realize that Xbox is not their main focus anymore. It's Game Pass and giving people the ability to play anywhere, anytime, whether it's on your phone, your tablet, your computer, any other device that you have. That's what they're trying to do here. The Xbox is not their main focus. That machine is not their main focus anymore. And they have proven that at this Xbox showcase. So I don't want nobody to sit here and tell me that Microsoft is in this race right now against Sony when it comes to hardware. Bro, they lost it. You had a chance to make a huge comeback and then you drop it. You drop the baton. So I don't want to hear nothing else from Phil. Like, how can you bounce back from this? How can
the longest running sequel of all time.
Honestly,
I noticed this. They had like the longest running sequel of any franchise known to man. It's called The Waiting Game.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wait till 2021.
7 months.
Oh my god.
My fucking ass.
Bro, you had 7 months.
2021, dude said.
Oh my god.
What the? Wait, what? Wait to 2021.
Wow,
Why
yeah,
would
right.
Honestly,
Wait for her.
I see
What the fuck's going on?
I see what they could do that could save them, but
What the
it's gonna be super backpedaling. I see what they could do that could save them is if they freaking come out and they say, okay, you know, in order for you to use Xbox Game Pass, you have to purchase an Xbox Series X or Xbox One at
Exactly.
to use the system. Now, if they just say, oh, all you got to do is pay Xbox Live and sign into the Xbox server on any of your platforms, you don't need an Xbox Series X. But if you say, okay, Xbox Series X is the hub and it is the trigger for you to get Xbox Series, Xbox Game Pass, that would be something that would save them. It wouldn't make their games look any better, but it would be like, okay, this for that type of thing.
You know what's funny though? They're not even hyped for the beefier console too. Like dudes are more talking about this Lockhart shit.
Yeah, exactly. That
That
don't even make sense.
Let that sink in. Dude's not even talking about a Series X anymore. They're talking about Lockhart. Well, they still got Lockhart. It's gonna be Sony. What the fuck does the software sells hardware? What are we doing here? What is going on here? Software sells hardware. It's not the other way around. Hardware just don't sell hardware. You need software.
Yeah, I told him to jump in the waiting room. Oh boy, hey, look, Ryan, get the tables ready.
Uh-oh.
Get the tables.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh,
Get the
God.
tables ready. And it begins. Get the tables ready.
Baron's
Oh,
in the building.
Baron Black is in the building.
What up,
Get the
Emperor?
tables ready. Because I want to sit here. I want to really sit here today and hear you damage control this garbage of a freaking showcase.
He has the floor.
This
He has the
fake
floor.
hell truth that you're going to give us today. This
I'm mute
fake
my mic,
gospel
too.
Yeah,
that
I'm
you're
muting
going
myself
to give
too.
us
He got
today.
the floor. I ain't gonna say a
You
word.
got the floor. Let's be quiet, y'all.
Are you done spewing that manure? You done?
The floor is yours, sir. Go ahead. Justify it.
Okay. Oh my god. Is this what we really doing? Like,
Take your time, Baron.
it's an honest question. Like, I'm confused because it seems like there was an hour and some change of a Halo presentation that happened, because all I keep hearing is people complaining about the ugly character models that are in Halo. Like nothing else ever happened. Like that's the only thing that happened was Halo. But let me throw some things out there for you. Regardless of how you feel, regardless of how much damage control you try to make, you and the rest of your dick riding Sony fans are not going to stop what Microsoft accomplished with Halo Infinite. That fan base is excited for the game. Nobody that actually likes Halo is actually destroying Halo. It's only the
Fools,
people.
you might want to check YouTube.
No, I don't need to check YouTube. I checked it. Halo is still a top trending video on YouTube. Collectively, it has over 5 million views, and the like and dislike ratio is nowhere near the damage control that's going on in this chat right now. And if you read the comment section, people are hyped. Now, some people have admitted, and me myself, the graphical fidelity of that game is inconsistent. You can obviously see the game is not done. Will they get it done to where it needs to be? Who knows? But that's not no justification to call the game trash. Everything I've seen gameplay wise is right up there to what people want to see in Halo. They even got the banish back, and everybody's going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over a fucking grappling hook. So it blows my mind to watch all the PlayStation fans go out of their way. You know what I mean? When they got better things to do, like worrying about the exclusive game that just came out not a few weeks ago. But y'all spending all y'all energy and time trying to damage control a game that you're not going to stop from succeeding. That's what blows my mind. So I just don't get it. Can somebody explain to me why that is a thing?
Why? What's a thing?
Oh, so I'm speaking Spanish now. Or you got sugar daddy in your ear?
You clearly don't get it, do you? You clearly
what
don't
is
get
there
it.
to get?
So
no,
you're
you
saying,
don't get it.
No, wait.
You
so
don't
you're
get
saying,
it, and
you're
everybody
saying,
in here doesn't get it.
Oh, little pigs.
It's not little pigs.
No,
I want you to understand something.
It's a reference. I'm saying.
I want you to understand something. No matter how much you say, you cannot change the facts.
The fact is, this shit is the most big.
The game
Halo Infinite has succeeded in one thing, Barrett, and you're trying to fucking downplay this. Halo Infinite has turned into the biggest fucking meme of 2020.
That's a damn lie. This is how I know you don't
Oh
lead.
my god!
Right?
This is how you don't lead,
About that.
my
That's
God.
the biggest meme of 2020.
bruh. If you live in a Sony fucking drone bubble,
Look
you
on
can
social
say
media. It has become the
but
biggest
it
meme of 2020. I need you to stop
because
this.
all you do is follow gamers, and you
Yes,
follow Sony
gamer.
gamers.
I'm
That's
a gamer.
not
I
the
follow all
whole world.
gamers. And it's just
That's
you look at my
not the whole
timeline. I
spectrum
follow
of the
more than just
fucking internet.
PlayStation. I follow Xbox
So
as well.
it's like,
I'm on
I don't want to
Xbox
hear
and
that.
PlayStation.
I really don't.
You don't because you can't fucking
I
put me
really
in that
don't.
bubble.
I
You
see
don't
it. I
fucking
see it all
exist.
day. But
Yeah,
you don't. But you don't
you
want to
don't see shit
acknowledge
from me.
the actual facts of what this game accomplished.
The game. What did
Regardless
they
of
accomplish
how you
what?
Hits the
regardless
jump
of how you
and
feel,
and the shit look terrible. What are you talking
Oh my
about?
God.
you can say whatever you want about it looking terrible.
3
Y'all
months
can get it. Y'all can
release
get, y'all can
it.
get
What you
over.
get.
You can get over exaggerative all you want, but at the end of the day, it's not going to stop the game from being what it's going to be.
It's already trash. You're right. It's already trash.
Okay,
Nobody can stop
okay,
that.
we'll see that. Do you want to put money on that? I'm not a
It's
Halo
already
fan.
trash. Look at the reaction, dog.
Halo
Look at
fan.
the reaction, sir. It's
I'm not
already
a Halo-
trash.
If you are that confident, then put some money on it.
What you wanna put
Exactly.
up?
It's a
What you wanna
joke.
put
I
up?
know it's a
What you
joke.
wanna
It's a
put up?
joke.
What you wanna put up?
It's a joke.
Oh, now it's a joke. I'm asking what you want to put up.
Whatever you want.
How do you
You
know?
have the gentleman's
Oh,
bet.
God.
Put $10 on right now. You
Whatever
put
you
$10
actually, I
gentleman's
want
bet.
everybody in here.
Gentleman's bet. Oh, that
Because-
you said you
because
want to bet me.
here's the
I'm
thing.
winning the bet, you
When
player.
this game comes out,
Are you in or out? Let's go.
when this game comes out, I
Which
want
one is
all
that?
y'all to eat the crow. I don't want nobody else. I
You don't
all
want to
y'all
bet
eat the
now. Oh, come on, Baron. You
What
were
are you
doing
talking
so
about?
well. You were doing
crow.
so
No, what-
well.
You're not doing well at
You
all.
were doing so well.
You're not
Now
doing
we're
well
doing
at all.
this. You were
You're
doing
not
so
doing
well,
you're not
bro.
doing well at all,
You're
buddy.
doing so well, and now you're doing this. What's going on?
This is what's
God.
crazy is that
Hey,
when are
Baron,
we
12
going to talk
teraflops.
about the actual facts that actually go on?
I thought Game Pass and the 12 teraflops was enough. I thought Phil
What are you
Spencer was
talking
killing
about?
this. Oh, you didn't say that last
What
time? The
are you
12
talking about?
teraflops? Phil gave us the power. Phil gave us this, that, and the third.
I never
What's gonna
said
be
that. So
done?
what are you talking
You
about?
never said that. Somebody pull up the receipt. Somebody send him the link.
Clip of where I said Game Pass is enough because I never talk about Game Pass. I understand. I understand.
He said, "Yo, Marlon, get your man." He
I
said
understand that. I've never talked about Game Pass ever. So what the hell are you talking about?
You never talked about Game Pass on this show.
I never took about no
You never
damn
talked
Game
about
Pass.
Game Pass. Oh, Baron.
I talked about smart
Baron.
delivery. I never talked about Game
Oh,
Pass.
Baron, you need to stop, bro.
You need to stop.
You was holding the
Now,
biggest.
now,
You
look,
were turning
look,
into
I
a meme
understand-
yourself. You
Look,
were
I
turning into a meme
understand that
yourself.
your head is so far up so
What
fast that you
did not
slipping
do?
all the semen and all the shit in the
What did not do?
into your brain. But this motherfucker over here has
Let's hear
never
him, let's
talked
hear
about
him.
Game Pass. Ever.
God.
Not once.
And now, like,
Let's hear him
He
preach.
never
Let's
talked
hear him
about
preach
Game
the
Pass.
fake
That's
gospel.
an advocate for physical games. I have never once endorsed anything about fucking Game Pass.
Oh,
This
Really?
is the shit that I
Really?
talk about with you idiots that don't pay attention to what's being said to you. Anybody will tell you, I am not on that digital wave. I'm definitely not about
so now you're down
what
on the
you
digital
know.
wave, and Game Pass is nothing.
So
Interesting.
I
Guys,
never said
amazing,
anything about Game Pass.
It's amazing what
It's
24 hours
amazing
can
that
do
you
to
try
a
to group
narrative.
everybody together
amazing
because you
what
got an
24 hours
asinine
can
brain that
do.
does not
No, no, no.
process shit.
It's amazing
that
what
is to
one
you.
show can do
That's
to
what
your
matters
opinion,
to
sir.
you.
Isn't that amazing? One show did this. Oh man, Baron,
Microsoft.
Baron. Yeah, I hope you know.
And you only sit up there. You want to
ranking all these tables
with your commentary for Sony on everything that they talk about.
Okay. Answer this question. Did this game or did it not look better than Ratchet and Clank?
You talking about that short ass
demo? That was a long ass wait, sir. I take that as a no.
Ratchet and Clank is not an open world game like that game.
Oh, so that matters. It's 12 T-flops.
Of course it matters.
It's 12 T-flops. Shouldn't matter.
Shouldn't matter. A level-based game like Bayonetta.
Shouldn't matter, right? It shouldn't matter.
Why would we compare that?
I'm asking you, though. Did it look better?
That does matter. That's just common sense.
I asked you, did it look bad? I didn't say it didn't matter. I asked you, did it look better?
Did it look better?
No. Did it look better? Why you give me these dumbass answers? Did it look better?
That's not a dumbass answer. You're comparing an open world game to a level-based game.
Okay, stop stalling.
That's like comparing
Halo Infinite look better than Ratchet and Clank. Yes or fucking no?
No, nigga, no.
Okay then, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up then. 10.3 versus 12. 10.3 versus 12.
What else you want to fucking know?
$500 million budget versus that. $500 million budget versus that. I want to know, did this shit look better than Spider-Man Miles Morales? Did it look better than Miles Morales?
What else you gonna know?
Did it look better than Miles Morales? Did it look better than Miles Morales? Because Miles Morales is open world. That's why I was going to kill you with this. Did it look better than Miles Morales?
You ain't seen nothing on Miles Morales.
Better than Miles Morales. That's a question.
All you seen was
I'm showing you today. I'm getting fucking Lucille. I'm bashing your fucking program. Is it fucking better? Yes or no? It's a fucking bitch.
A fucking game they're gonna sell you for $70.
It's a
ain't seen shit. What are you talking about?
Yeah, get out. You
dumbass down in the corner. You learn some goddamn thing.
That's what I want.
You ain't seen that damn thing.
All the shit you talking. This is what you get. Stop that capping, boy.
You over here
$500 million I'm getting popped on the fucking screen. Shut the fuck up, man.
Expansion that you seen a CGI trailer.
I'm getting popped in. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. $500 million budget and fucking popped in, and the fucking shit looks like it's running on PS5. Shut the fuck up.
Coming
fuck up.
Come catch her right now. I want to hear the facts.
Shut the fuck up.
Stop the bullshit.
The facts is that shit look like trash. The PS5 showcase more. You can't refute that. You just said. You just admitted to it.
That's what we need to do.
You just fucking admitted to it. You just fucking admitted to it. You had no fucking argument. That 12-year
showcase.
Oh, those Spencer's listening to gamers. Oh, you're so anti-consumer.
Sir.
All gamers. Yeah, that's what we're getting, huh? Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up.
You want to talk about that, do you?
No, you're dead. You're dead.
$500 million.
You're dead.
Everything
$500
you can't talk about that,
You're dead, Baron. You're dead.
You can't talk about that, can you?
Dead.
You can't talk about that, but when PlayStation announced something, you cradling them balls, boy. You massaging them balls. You waiting.
Hey, you're a wrestling fan, so I'm saying there's Undertaker. Rest in peace, Baron. Rest in peace.
Why you can't do it? Why you can't do it?
Rest in peace,
Why you can't do it? Why you can't do it? What else was at the showcase?
Rest in peace, Baron.
What else was at this showcase?
You tell me, since you got the insight. What else in here? What else in here? Fable? Ooh, a trailer. We're getting hyper trailers. Flash, we're singing trailers.
Man, look, you know what?
Called a trailer trash.
Look.
Do you know how asinine you look right now?
Oh.
You literally just hyped the trailer and then said another.
Man, have you seen your profile picture play? You say I look asinine. You need to stop, bro.
Stop. You do look asinine.
Okay.
You do look asinine as fuck right now. That's exactly what you look like.
You sound like the fucking dumbest motherfucker in the fucking back
room. I was talking about.
You sound like the dumbest motherfucker that be in the date part of the bar, hitting on the girl with the little fur on. Got lipstick on her fucking teeth.
And be mad because you got a motherfucker. Which one you? Which one you?
Fuck up, Baron. Now you trying to go to other shit. The shit sucked. Accept it. Move the fuck on. You passed all the wrong fucking reasons. All that shit in your dumbass live streams, and that shit came back to your fucking face. You have nothing. You have nothing, Baron. You have nothing. You have
we
nothing,
finish
Baron.
the show?
You have nothing,
I'm
Baron.
done.
You have nothing.
I'm done.
You have nothing.
Okay, hold your breath. Hold your breath.
Yeah. Hold my breath. You the one solid, motherfucker. I'm good. I can go all day. Hey, like Captain America says, I can do this all day because you're the easiest motherfucker in the group. You're the easiest motherfucker in the group.
Oh,
I can do this all
God.
day.
This is crazy.
I can do this all day, Baron. You sure you want to go to another table? I can do this all day.
Right now.
Look at the mic. Look. His mic can't contain his anger. It's breaking up. Hey, get yourself a studio microphone so people can hear you. Get yourself a better microphone. Stop choking that microphone.
What else you want to do? What else you want to do?
Microphone on the choke.
What else you want to do?
Pay
What else
attention to
happened
man
at the
slapping you in the face with facts. Pay attention to
Ask me, can you tell me what else happened at the showcase, please? That's all I want to know.
Hey, Ryan, let me kill his body real quick. Let me kill
got it, bro. You got it, bro. He's already dead.
Okay.
Rest
Go
in
ahead,
peace,
Chris.
Baron. Don't ever fucking understand. You
I
fucking
need you
trash.
more. Bye.
Baron.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead, Chris.
No, let me go to what I
You're
was trying
trash.
to.
Rest in peace,
Let me
Baron. You're
finish
so
what I was
trash.
saying.
Rest in peace, you
Oh,
fucking
God.
trash bag. Rest in peace. You and that Xbox are a fucking trash bag.
Medication, please. Go take your medication because you need it right
Rest
now.
in peace, motherfucker. Hey, we can go one-on-one right now, and I'll really choke you the fuck out with facts.
Please take your medication. Go
What's
ahead.
up?
Bye-bye.
What's up? You wanna go
All
right?
right,
You wanna
let's
go
hear
one right now?
this. Let's hear this.
You can't
Let's hear
fucking
this.
handle me, boy.
Hey.
Stop.
Bye.
Yeah,
Please
shut
go.
the fuck up.
Chris,
Shut the fuck
go
up.
ahead.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Please go. Thank you.
Check this
Rest
out.
in
Check
peace.
this out.
Chris,
Check
go
this
ahead.
out. Hey, check this out.
I'm muting his mic.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Rest in peace. Shut the fuck up.
You're not going to do anything.
Shut the
Thank you.
fuck up.
Goodbye.
What the fuck you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Goodbye. Goodbye.
What the fuck you gonna do? You gonna do with a fake ass clothesline? You think I'm
Oh,
a
Lord, Jesus.
You gonna do with a fake ass clothesline? You think
Oh,
I'm a seller?
my
Like
God.
garbage you doing right now?
What the fuck you gonna do, Baron? You gonna
Now
do
you
a
just
fake
need-
ass clothesline?
Stop doing
Answer that.
it.
Yo,
Why you still
calm down. Calm
Thank
down.
you.
Bro,
What
what the
Oh,
fuck
my
you talking about?
God.
the showcase now.
Yeah, you fucking trash,
Please
Baron.
finish the
Alright, rest
showcase.
in peace.
Goodbye, sir. Thank you. Bye. All right.
hey,
Now
fuck
I'm going
up,
to finish this. Okay. He's
Let's
coming
hear,
back
let's
again.
hear what he's saying. Let's hear what he's saying.
Yeah,
Man, I tell you, slow people can't handle themselves.
Hey,
They
Ben.
really can't.
Answer,
They really
answer
can't
that
handle
question.
themselves.
Right.
They really can't handle themselves. What?
Can you answer that question for me?
I don't even know what your question was.
I
You-
said it a few times.
You heard
I
that
think it was- I
Marlon
think
talking the
back
whole time. I did not hear your question.
Oh, my bad. Okay, I'm gonna say it real clear for you.
What is your question?
Do you think Halo Infinite looks better and is developed better as of right now than Breath of the Wild is?
As of right now, no, that game is obviously not finished. That's what we saw. It was inconsistent.
Okay. So now let's go back.
Okay, let me finish. Let me finish what I am
Lord.
saying.
Okay.
Jesus Christ!
All right.
Don't cut me. Don't cut me. I'm answering your question.
Okay.
Let's not act like we never seen inconsistent gameplay demos before. We have seen that before, where games look like it looks great in one area and then it looks rough in another area. It's obviously incomplete. Let's not act brand new. This is what just blows my mind. Why do we act brand new when it comes to Xbox? Like we never seen stuff like this before. Do you remember the first time you seen Days Gone? It wasn't really good. It was inconsistent. That's not indicative about what the final product is going to be. And I have the utmost confidence that they're going to get it done because they have to get it done. It's fucking Halo. On the gameplay front of it, everything else looked fine. Just because it is not as sparkling as you think it should be at this point in time doesn't mean the game is going to be trash. That's the thing that just doesn't make any sense.
I'm not saying Halo Infinite is going to be trash. I hope it's not. I pray to God it's not. But what I'm saying is that first impression right now, if I was to compare first impressions from Breath of the Wild, whenever I'm missing when it actually was released, so don't shoot me. Compared to this presentation of Halo Infinite, I'm not like if that was the last thing they were going to show about Halo Infinite, and I just had to wait till whenever they released it, I would not be excited for that.
Well, here's the thing. When we first got to see Breath of the Wild, I'm not talking about the short trailer where we had the Guardian chasing Link and on the horse and stuff, where we actually got to see the gameplay. People was trying to take digs at Breath of the Wild graphics then.
I mean,
Let me finish. People did the same shit, and Breath of the Wild still turned out to be what? The fucking game of the generation. Based on but the thing is, the people who are actually fans were paying attention to the gameplay part. I don't understand why we looked at the Halo Infinite demo and we just ignored all the gameplay aspects. Like it just wasn't there. And I'm like, okay, this looks like a top tier. You see what I'm saying? I can't finish anything. People need their Ritalin and they just can't hold themselves. So I don't understand why only one particular fan base is just ignoring all the gameplay aspects of it. That's the most important part. Trust me, the graphics is important because you are touting your console as the world's most powerful console. That's definitely important. But the most important part of the game is always going to be the gameplay. Every time. So the fact that we have people just completely ignoring all that gameplay, pretty damn good, it blows my mind. And everybody want to focus on this one ugly ass grunt that was on one part of the demo. It's like, bruh, come on. Like, we are really, really reaching here. We're reaching so far.
Shit.
And that's how you feel. Okay. But
I mean, is anything I said a lot when it comes to this question? When it came to Breath of the Wild,
man, look,
you compare Breath of the Wild, which is a proven masterpiece by a lot of people in this community, to fucking trash.
Exactly.
Marlon, did I lie to anything that man asked me about?
What?
Did people not trash and try to trash Breath of the Wild because of his visual and completely ignored the gameplay part?
No, because they still played it. Still better.
Marlon, can you answer that question? Because this idiot obviously don't know. He can't listen. He don't understand English. I'm not.
Let's bring Nintendo.
I asked Marlon a question, and I want him to answer the question.
He'll answer. Don't worry about me.
So, Marlon, what is? Do you feel like
I'm laughing at her corpse?
It's factual, or is that just something I made up that just didn't happen?
Yeah, you're telling the truth. I mean, there were people that was bashing it.
I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. But the same situation is
for Halo is the most
let other people talk. What is wrong?
Because you are fucking.
Do you need mental help?
Do you
want me to go out and seek help?
I guess so. I'm arguing with a fucking wrestler.
Fucking Phil.
I'm arguing with a fucking wrestler.
Connections and I can help you.
I mean, hey, I'm arguing with a fucking wrestler, so I guess I do need help
now because for some
arguing
reason,
with a wrestler. I am psycho.
It's so far up your ass, you can't stand for nobody to talk anything.
It fills up yours, Mr. Game Pass.
It's ridiculous. Like, calm down. Let him speak. If he's speaking, let him speak. The other man couldn't even get a question off because you're running your Comcast. Please just calm down.
Hey, he's laughing at how fucking bad you just died in front of everybody.
Anyway, like I was saying, you can sit up here and you can pick at Halo and it's one little that did whatever. That's fine. But you can't sit up here and ignore the gameplay aspect, which is what most of their fans wanted to improve from Halo 5. That's what I think. That's what I've seen because I've seen a lot of people complain about Halo 5, and I've seen the same people that was complaining after they seen this get excited for this game. And you cannot turn that around. So that's just the facts of it. If you go out and you look, and you don't have to really search that far, you will see way more people excited for this game than you see people bashing the ugly ass grunt that look like Goro. So it's like, let's kind of be on a real scale here and stop reaching so far.
We got a $5 super chat that's saying the fact is that they had the opportunity to show off next gen games, and even they overhyped this event so much, and they are under deliver badly bottom lining. I mean, honestly, like I said, we could go on and on and on all day about this stuff, but at the end of the day, everybody has mixed feelings about this whole showcase and the whole Halo demo and everything like that. My point is this: like, if this is a Xbox showcase, right, and you're showcasing games that's supposedly running on the system or coming to the system, then especially when from a next gen standpoint, you need to be showing the best build of that particular game. You see what I'm saying? And in this case with Halo Infinite, Aaron Greenberg came out and he said that, you know, clearly they had better versions of this build. And I'm like, why you didn't show that? You see what I'm saying? Because now people...
come on. We know how that works. we know how that works. They can only show the build they really have prep for show.
But they had Baron, but they had 1,200 people working on this whole thing.
I mean, I get it. We had 5 years of them developing. Took that long, but that's the way the game development is now. Like, I don't like it. You know what I mean? I don't like that I haven't seen Bayonetta 3 yet. I don't like that I ain't seen Metroid Prime 4 yet. But that's just part of the damn beast. That's part of the beast. And when they do show you something, it's always going to be an early build. That's always been the case. How good that build is, hey, it depends on the developer. But like I said, they hit the nail on point on the gameplay aspect. That's the most important thing they had to do. They really did. Because a lot of people did not trust 343 at all with Halo going into the future. They had to hit the gameplay aspect.
So let me ask you this, though. So let me ask you this. So you think 343 is doing a phenomenal job with Halo Infinite?
Why would I say phenomenal? I have to wait and see to the final product. But it's definitely an improvement on the gameplay. It's definitely an improvement on the gameplay front.
Okay.
Absolutely improvement on the gameplay front. If you can find a mass majority of people that are shit on the gameplay, because I can't find it. I ain't seen it. I can't find
it. Go to Twitter.
I don't need it. I'm on Twitter every day. Unlike you, I have reading comprehension, and I can actually
you on Twitter every day. You miss the memes that are
unlike
on Twitter. Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Meme has nothing to do with gameplay.
Okay.
You need. See, this is what I'm saying.
It's about the gameplay, you fucking idiot.
The meme is about the gameplay. The meme about that grunt is about the gameplay.
Oh my god!
Are you
not part of the gameplay?
Idiot
Are
or
you
what?
killing fucking grunts?
That meme is not about gameplay.
Oh,
please don't sit down.
Oh my god! Everybody's talking about the pop.
This moron. The meme that's going around is about gameplay.
My god!
Somebody please slap the fuck out of this asinine idiot, please.
It won't be you.
Please, bro.
Oh no, you ain't taking that.
Anyway, back onto what I was saying. They definitely have to have Halo. Really, they have to polish up Halo before it comes out. That's anything. Yeah. But the gameplay aspect they got on point. Taking Halo to open world aspect is a great idea. It's on point. The storyline look like it's on point. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So everything that's fundamentally that they have to nail or they're in trouble, they on point with it. Mm-hmm. They can polish up graphics. How great they get them, we'll see when the game comes out. You know what I mean? That's the situation. But we're not going to sit up here and act like there wasn't other stuff that happened in the showcase. That's what we're not going to do.
Of course not. Of course not.
That's what we're not going to do.
Of course not. We got a $5 super chat from K Fresh saying Xbox has to win people over by getting games that people will love. These behind the door types of games won't work in this century. Facts. That is true. We also got another $5 super chat says Baron dressed up as Gold Dust for Xbox Showcase.
and guess what? I'll be that because there was definitely some gold they showed in this showcase.
And so what was your goal?
What was your
and it was definitely can I finish, bro? I'm gonna get to it. And there was definitely some cringeworthy shit that went on.
Okay, at least
very so
Halo Infinite.
one thing for sure. Hey, I'll just go down the whole fucking list of what happened. Halo Infinite, fine by me, fine by the fans. Cool. State of Decay 3, I like the direction they're going with it. State of Decay 2 was garbage. So they definitely have to show that they improved over State of Decay 2. Forza looks like Forza. I didn't think a racing sim could look any better than it already does, but them guys at Turn 10, they're phenomenal with that. That's another great thing that they showed. Ever wild. Can I finish? Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Go ahead and say what you want to say.
I'm giving you the
Go ahead and say what you want to say.
I'm just adding the side notes.
You like a child with an ADD. Go ahead and say what you want to say.
Child with an ADD. Oh,
good God. Come on.
So
you done? Are you done? Are you done now?
Are you done with
Can I finish? I'm literally going down the conference. There's no literally saying what.
All right, let him.
Let's
Let's hear this.
Jesus Christ! I don't know how Sony just gets over y'all mind. Sony's a hell of a drug. It's worse than crack, cocaine, heroin. I tell you, I don't know why I get people that. It's unbelievable. But yeah, Everwild, it's a nice looking game, but that's Rare. I don't trust Rare as far as I could throw a greasy elephant to make a great game. So I can't say anything about that. You could give me a pretty picture, but if you put the Rare logo on it, I'm not trusting that shit at all. That's simple. I'm not trusting. It ain't happening. Then they showed this Tell Me Why game. I hate these interactive. You know what I mean? I hate that Sony made this a thing, but I don't want to see any more of that garbage. So I'm not hyped for that at all. Ori running at 120 frames per second in 4K. I really don't care, but some people seem to be worried about 4K 60. And keep in mind, they showed a lot of games that are 4K 60 in this conference. You know what I mean? Pushing home something they said they claimed they will be doing, but nobody wants to talk about that. Outer Worlds, don't care about it. Grounded looks like absolute garbage. I don't even know what that game was. But here's one of the great things that I've seen. Avowed from Obsidian.
That was high.
The first person fantasy RPG. I'm excited for that. Obsidian showed that they know what the hell they're doing. Okay, and then the Outer Worlds also showed that they still know what the hell they're doing. So for them to take that time frame and be a first-person fantasy RPG that is going to be obviously a new IP from Microsoft and Xbox X, that is definitely something to look forward to. I've seen nothing but positivity about that game since it was announced at the conference. A Dust Falls is another interactive movie. Don't give a damn about that garbage. Hellblade 2, I think it was a mistake to put it in the conference because you didn't show us nothing new. But exactly. I guess it's cool because you told us it's on Unreal Engine 5 now. In the teaser they showed us before was on Unreal Engine 4. So I'm really excited to see what they can do. But if you're going to come to the conference, you better show me something new. Just not tell me it's on Unreal Engine 5. That's not good enough.
Facts.
People, they're excited about Psychonauts. I never liked that game. I guess it's okay that it's getting a sequel for people who want that.
Yeah.
But whatever. And then my future wife came on screen and she announced Destiny 2 would be K60 on Xbox Series X, which I don't give a damn about because I'm tired of Destiny. I don't even know who's still playing Destiny. Who's still playing Destiny? Like
I'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
But keep in mind, this conference is still pushing 4K 60, something that didn't happen at that other conference people jizz over. So Stalker 2, I believe that was a PC game, right? And it's coming to Xbox.
It's coming to PS5 as well too.
Yeah, I think it's coming multi-platform. I don't know what that is. And it's also Wartide, Warhammer. I don't know what those are, but whatever. And probably the most cringeworthy moment of the conference was Tetris Connected. That was the longest drawn out, over exaggerated point to just get me to tell you it's Tetris. Like I was like, yo, you serious? That was when I thought it couldn't get any lower, this is where it got really low. When they showed this new IP, the Gunk. I don't know what the hell that was. It looked like DLC to Grounded. So I was like, what the hell is this? Like I was like, what the hell is that? I was like, ugh.
So I got another question for you.
So let me finish it. It's almost done. I'm gonna go through all of it. You can ask me questions. Now, I thought the conference was just going to fall apart after that point. After I seen the Gunk, I was like, okay, this shit is about to fall apart. But it didn't. It didn't fall apart. It actually did a whole 180-degree turn. Mm-hmm. The Medium is probably my number one anticipated Xbox game. I love the atmosphere of that game. I love the idea of rendering two worlds simultaneously at the same time, and it being a horror game. That looks dope as hell. That looks very dope. You know what I mean? I like that. That's a whole new level of innovation. You know what I mean? It's not really just about let's make a pretty picture or let's just make another shooter. It was actually some innovation put into that. So I like what I seen out of that. I thought it was pretty interesting that they had the first look at Phantasy Star Online 2, the new one, the new Genesis one. I thought that was interesting. That actually looked pretty good. I actually want to play that. I haven't played Phantasy Star Online so damn long. Then they showed the Crossfire X shooter. I'm confused on
they showed
what the hell is
player
that?
for it. It's like a Call of Duty mixed with Crysis.
So apparently Remedy is doing the single player and somebody else doing
something like that.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
okay, but that's weird.
If you got Exo Mecha, if you haven't remembered that.
And the last thing, which I think was very important for them to get out, and what got me excited is that Playground Games is doing Fable. I don't think people don't understand the magnitude of that. Fable actually returning, but actually Playground Games making it. That's dope. That's dope as hell. And also, I seen the people lose their minds over Fable returning and being announced. Now, I understand that people like to do doom and gloom when it comes to Microsoft, but Microsoft had 18 of the top 20 trends on Twitter after the showcase was over. And the main ones you seen, the highest ones you seen was Halo, the medium, Avowed, and Fable. So obviously there was some people excited somewhere, even though it seems to not be existent in, the Sony peasant world. That never happened. But somebody was excited somewhere. You can't trend without people actually tweeting about it. It can't happen. So that was like 4 or 5 games that was definitely good out of that conference that got the point across. And Fable returning is very huge. That's very huge for them.
There's no denying that.
So the thing is, when I gave my thoughts about it, I said I thought both conferences was even because of the main situation. The main thing I looked at is that the shit that you really want to play, you're not going to play anytime soon. And I'm talking about you have a long wait because this is going to take a long time to get stuff out. Exactly. That's for both consoles. No, number 2 is that we still don't know price, and obviously nobody wants to say price, even though we about to go into August. So we're probably going to get into October if anybody says anything. You know what I mean? And number 3, I said, and I think I said this on the tweet. I said it's really no reason to buy either one of these companies unless you are a diehard Halo fan. Unless you're a diehard Halo fan, that's the only reason. Because neither one of these consoles has a good launch lineup. It's just that one console has a launching with a bigger franchise than the counterpart. That's all that's happening. So that's the realistic thing about the whole situation.
Let's take this real quick. Let's take this real quick. We have a $5 super chat coming in saying this was not a convincing buy a new console event. This was more of a Game Pass event. They talked about Game Pass more than anything. Yeah, facts.
They did not talk about Game Pass more than anything.
They announced that every game is on Game Pass.
They announced smart delivery for almost everything. But they reminded people that Game Pass was also a thing. And also, I forgot that they canceling Xbox Live Gold for some reason. They're doing something new. So they didn't talk about that yet. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. But yeah, but at the end of the day, I can't take anybody seriously if you looked at these 2 different conferences and say one is a justifiable purchase and one not. I'm telling you right now, both of them are not. Unless you a diehard Halo fan, both of them are not.
How?
Period.
Is it not? How is it not?
Because there's nothing worthy on these conferences.
Horizon
Unless you a Halo.
Horizon Forbidden West.
That's not a launch game.
Wait, let me finish now. You're doing what I was doing.
Okay,
So no. So check this out. Check this out. Look, my criteria for what justifies a console purchase is does it have stuff in the future as well as stuff at launch? It doesn't have to be a bunch of different games at launch because let's be honest, how much time are you going to play all those games at once if they were all to come out at launch? that doesn't need to happen. What I need to see is one solid good game that comes out, which both consoles are displaying. But the other side of the coin is what is in the future that is hypeable that I'm like dying to get, which PlayStation has not done everything that they wanted to show, and they've got stuff to come out in August. So let's just set this up.
Hold on.
Let's set this up. Yeah, let's set this up. So you've got Horizon Forbidden West that's said to come out. You have a few other games that do not have release dates on them. Let's put in August. Let's fast forward to August and say they have the God of War coming out. Then they have a Final Fantasy VII Remake Edition that's coming out, the second part. Then they have, I don't know, put in freaking another game that everybody's, Mark Cerny's game that they're talking about is supposed to be a fan favorite that he's bringing back to life. All of those games are coming out within the next 3 years. I've got something in the meantime at launch to those 3 years that I will be playing up until that point that I can save and hold on to. What? I'm not going to be excited long enough for Microsoft to come out with extra hot stuff just playing Halo. And Halo, as it is right now, we had a conversation a couple months ago. Do you remember the conversation we had before PlayStation even brought their announcements out? Remember the conversation?
What was it about?
I said, "Do you think?" So it was after the conversation. Yeah. So I said, "Do you think that Halo by itself will outsell the PlayStation 5 with just Halo?" And you said yes. So now I'm going to ask you now.
That's still a yes.
No. Okay. So look. Check this out. Do you think with all of these graphics that they have right now, all of these graphics that they're showing? No. Be honest.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No. Be honest. So what you've seen from Marvel Spider-Man, Miles Morales, right now, and what you've seen with Halo Infinite right now, who do you think is going to go want to buy either console first? Right now.
I'm gonna answer that. That's Halo, and it's easy. Now that you're done, I want to point this out. I sat in here. I ain't sat in here. I sat and watched Marlon, streams a lot, and sometimes I catch this show because sometimes I'm not at home. I sit here and I sat here and watched y'all complain about no gameplay for months. They give you an in-length demo of Halo gameplay, yet you ain't seen no damn gameplay out of Miles Morales. But y'all not keeping the same energy. And that blows my mind. Like, you literally had a full-length gameplay demo of Halo, and you had a teaser of Miles Morales, and now you're trying to hype that game over Halo.
And that's scary because they showed
you haven't seen anything.
No, but listen. They could have just said, okay, we're releasing Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales using the same graphics that was on the PlayStation 4 Pro.
Oh my God.
And it would have been way better than what Halo Infinite showed. With the amount of things they had. It's like David and Goliath. They had a Goliath-sized team, and they provided nothing but subpar pre-alpha spec graphics.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
Oh my gosh. That
because
looks like you sitting up here,
you making this only a graphics issue. A gameplay demo is just not only displaying the graphics, it's displaying the gameplay. Okay, you cannot sit up here. It's no way feasibly I can take anybody seriously that preach about they need to show gameplay, or I need to see gameplay. Turn around and hype over gameplay. It's like, why are you
were hyping up State of Decay.
Let me submit something to my instructor in Full Sail right now with super crappy graphics with Pro Builder tools on there.
It wasn't super crappy. That's the thing.
No, but what I'm saying,
you're over exaggerating what actually happened.
No, but
I understand that you're on Sony's side, but I'm a Nintendo guy.
Oh, you're trying too hard.
I'm a Nintendo guy.
Here we go.
You're doing all this capping for Xbox.
Baron, if you divide the workflow, look, if you divide the workflow, listen.
We go with the workflow. Okay.
Baron, no. Listen. If there's 1,200 people working on something, and you divide everything by 120, how many people do you have working on it? How many people you have working on it?
Listen.
One person.
Here's the thing. That would be valid if what was going on in the world wasn't happening. That has affected.
Oh my God.
No, hold up. That has affected everybody. That has affected everybody. So I don't know how anybody is doing their schedule during this pandemic. It has affected Nintendo. It has affected Sony. It has affected Microsoft. Everybody has their own way. We don't know how they're doing. We don't know. We're literally sitting here on the Switch side with no release game, and we have to anything's going to be ready in time because Nintendo doesn't know. So we can't sit up here and try to calculate what hours somebody's working. We don't. Every company is different. Look, they're in a different geographical area. Everybody's different. We don't know how they're handling. That's the Achilles heel about this whole situation. That's why I'm not bothered that they had an early demo of Halo Infinite and it was inconsistent graphically. I'm not bothered by it. I'm just like, you better get the shit fixed by the time the game comes out. That's all I know.
But now that's
or you're gonna have a problem on your hand.
Okay, at least you acknowledge there's a problem that needs to be fixed.
I've been said that 30 minutes ago.
But what I'm saying is you can't. But what I'm saying is you can't acknowledge that there's a problem, but at the same side of the token say you like what they did. That doesn't make any sense.
That does make sense because guess what? Make sense graphic. I'm finna tell you right now. You finna learn something. Because graphics is not the all in be all. That's how I can say that.
Show that T-flop
it's
power,
never going to be the end all be all.
But we were talking about
graphics is never going to be the end all be all.
But we were talking about
it's never going to be that.
But we were talking about 12 T-flops earlier.
Hey, there you go.
I just told this man to open his ears. I just sat here and talked about gameplay for 15 minutes. I sat here and talked about gameplay for 15 minutes, and he still cannot understand that gameplay will always be president over graphics.
So now is gameplay now? Last time it was 12 T-flops.
Hold on, wait. Is Martin in here?
Yeah, I'm in here.
Yeah. Martin.
Have you ever heard me say gameplay is always over?
Oh, look at him dancing around the question. Look at him.
I just want to know because Mark's been around me way longer than anybody in here.
All right, let's hear from Martin.
Yeah. Say your question,
bro. Keep dancing, bro.
You said what?
Keep dancing, bro.
You see,
let's hear what Martin.
People don't like to hear the truth.
Keep dancing, bro.
To hear the truth, dog.
Bro, y'all was typing up 12 teraflops.
They hate it, bro. They hate to hear the truth.
Now y'all talking about gameplay.
To answer Joystick's question, you cannot ignore the gameplay aspects that was delivered by Halo. People are not excited. They're not excited for reasons. They have to have something to
you do this. Okay, let me refute this dumbass.
Man, when you nobody's talking.
No, I'm about to put
nobody's
you on another table.
You see what I'm saying? This is what happens when you get a Sony strip up your ass and it pleases you.
Guys,
because the man cannot stand to hold a candle to fact. I sat up here and I talked about gameplay for 15 minutes and he's going back talking about 12 teraflops. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
If you're gonna say
did I not just sit up here and talk about gameplay for 15 minutes? Did I not just do that?
Let me destroy it one more time. He
said I not just do that? I know I just did that.
He said
I understand I just did that.
He said Halo was.
Did I not just say that?
He said Halo was.
I could have sworn I said that. I know I said that. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Did I not talk about the Halo gameplay at all over the past few minutes?
He said Halo was
past 15 minutes. Nobody wants to hear
the only thing you said about Halo games was that it looked like something.
It makes absolutely no sense at all. So nobody wants to hear it anymore.
This is funny.
Nobody wants to hear it anymore.
No, that's all you said, Baron.
He asked me a question. I'm answering his question, and here you come.
Let's get some of these super chats. Let's get some of these super chats.
You know what I mean? It's like, come on. This is not rocket science. This is actually crazy. This is absolutely crazy, and you cannot understand it, which blows my mind.
You're fucking.
How old are you? How old are you? That's what I really want to know.
Y'all are crazy, man. Look.
It's not hard to understand, so I don't understand. Obviously, you have a learning disability somewhere.
Let's get some of these super chats real quick. So we got one from No Face Apex says, Last of Us 2 was trash, but it had great graphics. And then we have another super chat here from Rice Eater says, Halo Infinite looks like Dream's creation. No. And then we have one here from Ryan, PHP, $125, saying Digital Foundry says Halo Infinite sucks. Check it up. And then we do have another one here saying that the Grounded Gamer from the RDX podcast says Halo wasn't next gen. No push to buy Series X. Not good enough. So what you see, the thing is, like I've been saying this time around, is that Microsoft made it very clear that Series X is not their main focus moving into next generation. Game Pass is their main focus. That's what they've been pushing out there to the mass and letting everybody know that, hey, look, Game Pass and xCloud is going to go hand in hand together, and we're all about not just Xbox but PC and everywhere else. So your phone, your tablet, they want you to play Xbox games everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And so whereas Sony's taking a much more lone wolf approach. They're like, hey, look, we want the transition from PS4 to PS5 to be seamless, and that's okay. And the fact that Phil came out and said a bunch of stuff about Sony and a bunch of stuff about what they're going to be doing, and it's like they didn't freaking deliver with this freaking showcase. They said a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, the game is going to look better on our hardware. In reality, Halo Infinite was not running on Series X. It was running on PC. So there's a lot of disconnection here. And then you have, to add insult to injury, you had 1,200 people overseeing this freaking show. You see what I'm saying? So there's no freaking excuse. I understand. Yes, everybody is affected by the freaking pandemic. We get that already. But come on, man. Like, there's no freaking excuses. There's 100% no freaking excuse. So he dropped out. He probably going to come back in. Thank you so much, Ryan, for the $10. Ryan says this show was fire. Rest in peace, Barrett. Facts. You know, so it's gotten to the point where I feel like, what are we doing here? Are we pushing Game Pass and leaving the Series X on the back burner, or Series X is still a main focus? That's where the disconnection is happening here. And looking at freaking Halo Infinite, I'm not impressed. As a diehard Halo fan that's been gaming on Xbox from the original Xbox, Halo Combat Evolved, looking at that and looking at this game, it's basically a remake from Halo Combat Evolved. Look at the box art. Look at the freaking box art. You know what I'm saying? You don't need Stevie Wonder to see that crap. Look at the freaking box art. You can see that there clearly was trying to go back to the roots of freaking Halo. And that does not, it didn't resonate with a lot of people. And so my whole thing is this.
Wait, what was that?
I was talking about Halo Infinite. I didn't hear. I was talking.
What didn't resonate with people?
Hey, Marlon, I'll be right back. Okay, I did.
Okay, all right.
What didn't resonate?
What didn't resonate? I'm saying the whole Halo Infinite situation. Are we doing a freaking remake to the original Halo, or are we doing something completely different? Because when you look at the trailer,
it's not a remake, obviously, after the gameplay.
I mean, it looked like a remake because the gameplay was just like Halo 1, just like the original freaking Halo, just with a freaking grapple hook. I mean, where's the freaking innovation? Where's the freaking ray tracing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we're talking about the world's most powerful freaking console. Where's the ray tracing?
I got
you know what I'm saying?
But the thing is like, look, I'm not a big Halo fan. Obviously, I can tell y'all not, but obviously I know more about Halo than y'all do. Oh, that's not a remake. The storyline is basically about the Banished returning, which is not a remake because they're returning. So it's not a remake, people.
I get that.
It's not what it is. And the thing is, it definitely resonated with fans because they tried to pay homage back to Halo glory days. That's why the box art looked like it is. That's why you had the certain scenery that looked like it was. They want to show homage to what the great days of Halo were, which is a great thing, a concept that they came up with because it worked, because it got them people excited. You know what I mean? But like you were saying, it's like having a game graphically look inconsistent. That's still some people worry about that, but that's not the end all be all. It's never going to be the end all be all. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, the game looks great, the game plays great. It's a little bit rough. You just got to tighten that up. That's not going to stop people from buying the game.
No, I know that. I know that. But my whole thing is this was their chance to really show their best. You know what I'm saying? When it not just from a graphical standpoint, but from a gameplay standpoint. Like when you look at the trailer, the original trailer for Halo Infinite, right? Immediately when I looked at that trailer, I was like, dang, man, this look open world. This look like it's gonna be huge, like a huge freaking open world. It just looked like when we saw the demo, it just looked like the same old freaking Halo that I played from 2001. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, this is like Combat Evolved, just a little bit better graphics, and they added a grapple hook, and then we have new enemies and a different story. It just looked like the same thing to me. So my whole thing is this is like Halo was supposed to be their baby, right?
But here's the thing: you're never gonna understand because you're not a Halo fan. It's kind of like when
Halo fan since day one, Baron. I played all the Halos
because I've seen people single-handedly make videos just about the grappling hook returning. It's almost the same dynamic when we first learned Link can actually fucking jump in Breath of the Wild. We all lost our fucking minds, but he's just jumping. You know what I mean? It's like I don't understand it. If you're really a Halo fan and you seen nothing about that got you excited, I have to question if you're a Halo fan.
Man, look, my whole thing is this. Like I said before, this game does not scream next generation to me. This game screams last gen, like from 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Gameplay, graphics, every doggone thing does not scream next gen. I understand it's a cross-generation game. But you do have a lot of other cross-generation game that looks way better than Halo Infinite, plays way better than Halo Infinite. I'm getting 360 original Xbox One vibe here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, where's the freaking innovation? Where's the innovation? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about all that.
Innovation?
We'll see how much they got in the open world when they reveal all of it. But
I sure can't wait. Can't wait.
At the end of the day, to answer joystick question, 20 minutes later, because I had to ramble with Moron again. Nobody is buying a console day one for what they're going to play 3 years down the line. I guess that's your personal preference, but people are not lining up holiday season to buy a new console that just came out for that reason. They're not doing that.
Are you serious? There's a lot.
Are you serious?
No, people do not. Okay. So why?
Crap.
So Marlon,
let me hear this. Let me hear this. I gotta hear this.
Go ahead,
Marlon. Bring up that one news article that you brought up talking about PlayStation 5 is the most sought after console on Amazon right now.
That
it's the
no.
most.
But what I'm saying, it does because if you're okay, so look, that even helps.
Go ahead. I'm gonna break it down for you. Just go ahead.
Listen. Either it helps our argument on one side of the coin, or it helps out our argument on the other side of the coin. So
it doesn't do either.
No. I'm going to tell you, because if it is the most sought after console just for what's already been shown to be at launch,
Oh Lord.
versus what's going to be coming out in 3 years from now. Either way, it is in Sony's benefit, because if all we have confirmed on launch day is Spider-Man Miles Morales, but you have in 2021 a lot of anticipated games that they may say in August is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Which one are you looking at that makes it viewed as the most coveted piece of technology, electronic, whatever you want to classify it as?
Mm-hmm.
Which side helps out Sony more? I think both help out Sony more.
Okay, I mean that's fine, but that really has nothing to do with what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that because that doesn't translate to what actually is going to happen when it comes to people buying in the console when it launches. What people need to understand, I don't care how much traffic went to Amazon because a posting went up about the PS5 price, which got a lot of attention because people were trying to find out the price of what it was. So that's not indicative of anything. Of course, we got online hype for both machines, but what is going to be the major contributing factor, and the most important thing that I try to drive home with people, is that the biggest majority fan base among us in console gaming is the casual to average gamer who don't get on podcasts like this and talk about the asinine shit that we talk about. They don't care about none of that stuff.
So basically,
let me finish. The Wii did not get to 100 million because it was 100 million of people like us buying it. The PS4 did not get to 100 million because it was 100 million of us that talk like us buying it. It was people that are casually and passively buy games. But the thing is, those are always going to be a majority of people that's going to buy these consoles every time. You're not going to change that because we are the minority. So here's the deal. When they go out in the holiday and they say, oh, I want to buy a new console for myself. I want a new console for my son, my cousin, my brother, whatever. It's all going to be indicative about what they can buy right then and there that their respective preference are going to be able to play, or whoever they're buying for are going to be able to play.
I got something to kill your logic.
And here, you can't kill my logic because I have facts that put this up.
No, I got facts
Generations of facts that back this up.
Oh, and so do I.
Every time a console launches, there's still the predecessor still gets the majority of the gaming sales. Why? Because people did not jump to the next console. People wait. We see it all the time. So here's the thing. Why do people wait? Because they obviously, one thing is the most indicative thing, they probably want to see the price come down. Secondly, there's no reason for them to jump when they can play the game that they want on the console they already have. Thirdly, if I do want to make the jump and I do want to make this price range and I do want to spend this money, is there enough there for me to buy and play that will satisfy my purchase? Or do I even have the capital or the money to do that? Those are the major contributing factors. This is why the Switch took off the way it was, basically before the price point and the innovation that it had. This is why we had systems that struggled, like the PS3 when it first came out, because it wasn't a damn thing on it to play on day one, because people wasn't paying that price to play nothing. When I could play most of the popular stuff like Call of Duty, Madden, NBA 2K, which majority of the casual and average gamer market plays. You know what I mean? So you got to have stuff there on the console that makes the consumer say, I have to have that. And the only thing that come close to that is Halo. And you got to understand, you also got to factor in what happened this year with the pandemic that actually hurt everybody's pockets. So this year we're going into a holiday season where people ain't going to be able to spend like they used to.
That still wasn't going to hurt the PlayStation 5 sales because business insiders and tech gurus already have confirmed that they don't foresee it stunted. But let me ask you something that's going to kill your logic. You just said
the pandemic is not going to matter at all. Go ahead.
No. I didn't say it's not going to matter at all. I said it won't affect it like people are anticipating, like you that are stating, because there are going to be internet crash type worthy pre-orders when they come out and do this. If you are going to wait 2 weeks to think, oh, they're going to have one left over, you may be out of luck. So look, let me ask you something real quick.
Oh Lord.
So I want to see how you're gonna answer this question.
Okay, go ahead, man.
So look, so you just said I want you to correct me if I'm wrong. But you just said that nobody is buying a console with the anticipation of what's coming out 2 to 3 years later, right?
Nobody's going to make the purchase unless they have something to play right then and there. It's not going to be solely purchased on what they can play 3 years down the line.
Oh, okay.
It's never going to be that.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So why do they even go through the bother of showing us trailers of stuff that's coming out 2 to 3 years later then? Why don't they just show us launch stuff?
They got to show that they're supporting their new system. They got to show that they have installments of new things
But
coming.
if it's meaningless,
they can't just show, oh, this is only what we're going to have launch day. We can't show you nothing else.
No, but what I'm saying,
how would that go with investors?
Because listen, oh, okay, you're even furthering helping my argument. Because listen, if
you said what?
You're further helping my argument. Because listen, if you saying nobody is looking for stuff that's coming out 2 to 3 years later, and nobody is buying with that in mind, and only the minority does it, why does it matter to investors what they got working on 2 to 3 years later, and why do they put so much time into showing what
investors have to know what they invested in.
But if they're only invested in the launch stuff,
you do understand that.
But you do understand if something is coming out, you're
kind of mixing in the consumer and an investor, though.
No,
you're two different sides of the spectrum.
Oh my god! Listen, so listen. Check this out. Look, so if you aren't providing future benefit for your console and you're only putting what's in the front view, and you're not showing us what is further down the line, you're meaning to tell me nobody is buying a console for what they're going to see ahead. That's like buying a house. You're buying a house for longevity, not for immediacy, if that's even a word. You're not doing it like that. Everybody buys stuff with the idea in mind that they're going to get a foreseeable future in the console's lifespan that they can see. So now, here's what I'm saying. So look, check this out.
Okay, hold on. Wait. Before you get off that point, that's a bad analogy because
it's not a bad analogy.
Yes. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you. People do buy a house for the longevity, but when they buy it, they live in it immediately.
Okay, but they're not looking at it.
What do you mean?
Oh my god!
They're not about to say, oh, I'm spending $100,000 in here just to live here for 1 year. I'm looking at it.
But the point is, they live in it immediately. They get an immediate return on their buying, on their purchase.
Exactly. So you're getting a console immediately, and you're going to go ahead.
You don't get an immediate return because you got to wait on the game.
No, you don't. Because look, if I have a game,
if the game is not out, you have to wait.
No, but listen what I just said. If I have a launch title that can hold me over until the next game comes out, that is not that far away. So 2021, we're only got a couple months left of 2020 when the PlayStation 5 releases. There's going to be more games coming out in January of 2021, and then you've got some that's coming out in March.
Release dates from? That's number one.
They just said.
What game did they say is releasing in January 2021?
Okay, let me pull
I forgot
this
what
up.
game it was. There was this one game though. I forgot.
Yeah, it's one game. I forgot what it was. I had my notes. I forgot my notes.
It definitely wasn't Horizon.
No,
it ain't God of War.
I know it's not Horizon. I know it's not Horizon, and I know it's not nothing.
What the hell is it? That's going to make people go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs to buy a PlayStation 5 in November.
Oh, no. Listen. Look, what I'm saying is, listen here. From my standpoint, if I go on and get a console, right, and I see a game that's hot, that is literally going to hold me over, period, at launch. I see a game that's coming out 6 months to a year later, and then another one right after that, 3 months later, and another one after that, 4 months to maybe 5 months later. I literally am going to be leapfrogging games that are going to sustain me and thus provide value. So now I'm going to build a family. Here's the analogy coming back full circle. I'm building a family. I'm building a family of value in this house. So I'm buying a house for 1 year, right? Look. I'm not going to have a kid I'm not going to have 6 kids in a 1-bedroom home if I'm planning on getting 6 kids. So I'm buying a house for future longevity, not just for immediate because I can live there. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to buy an apartment or rent out a hotel. What I'm going to do is get a 4-bedroom house, maybe a 5-bedroom house if I can afford it, and then I'm going to plan around those 6 kids. If that's what our future entails. So now if I'm going back and I'm going, I'm getting a PS5.
I got you. You explained it twice. I got you. But here's the thing. You explained it 2 different dynamics. That analogy works for house buying. That doesn't work for electronics buying. A whole different dynamic.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Because you gotta understand.
So
hold on. If you want to do that and that's your personal preference, that's fine. People are not going to spend money on something that they're not going to use immediately, especially electronic wise. They're not going to do that. TV? So if they only interested in Horizon Zero Dawn, 99.99% of the time, that person who usually is the casual gamer is not going to buy the console until Horizon Zero Dawn gets a release date or it comes out. Just like this, I can explain it to you just like this. Just like the people who did not adopt to Switch on day one because, I'm not that big of a Legend of Zelda fan. But once that Smash Brothers drop, I'm there.
That is true. That is true.
So what you got to understand is that this logic that you have does not apply. It really doesn't apply to 95 to 98% of the people that buy console.
But what
this is why people wait. This is why when they say, I'm just going to wait till this come out. I'm going to wait to Uncharted. I'm going to wait to Last of Us. I'm going to wait to God of War. That happens.
But
that's
what I'm saying,
that's the common thing that goes on. Nobody's going to buy a $500+ machine and say, damn, this shit looking pretty on my shelf. I can't wait for it.
hey, but how many people bought the PlayStation 4? How many people bought the PlayStation 4 when all that was being played was Killzone Shadowfall, and people was complaining that Killzone Shadowfall was the only game they had to play, and they had Resogun and Warframe, and that was it for exclusive. That's all they
here's the thing. Everybody has different buying habits.
Started taking off and leaving the Xbox when more shit started dropping that people wanted to play. You're never going to change that. You're never going to
everybody has different buying habits at the end of the day. You got some people who want to wait to see, you know what I'm saying? Because whatever is at launch, they probably just don't want to freaking play. They're just like, I don't want to play Spider-Man. I don't want to play this. I don't want to play that. And then you have some people like, they just don't freaking care. They're just going to buy it regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Those people are us. The hardcore people.
But it's not just through people. It's not just through people. You're going to have 1 million to 2 million people at launch that's going to buy that console that have the same mindset as us.
That is true.
Yeah, that is true. I'm not saying, but the thing is, 1 million out of a possible 100 million. That's the difference.
But what I'm saying, if there's not one, if
companies already know they got you. They just want to get the casuals back onto their platform again.
I know.
Or bring them back.
Yeah,
I know, but you still have your core fans, and you're going to have those tech gurus and those tech enthusiasts.
They already know they got you already. They know they got you already.
But what I'm saying is, they also knew that Xbox also knew that they had those same people that they lost during this showcase because investors pulled out. A lot of stocks went down for Microsoft, so it's not about I'm not going to be like, I'm in the clear because I know
that doesn't mean anything because we see stocks fluctuate after E3 every damn year. Obviously, when they had E3 this year, obviously we had to wait on people's showcases for stocks to fluctuate.
So you're overgeneralizing everything when we're talking about a specific.
I'm overgeneralizing, and you brought up the house analogy. Come on now.
Oh no, because whether or not you think so or not, even subconsciously, you're buying with longevity in mind, and you are getting something for an initial purchase, and then you're going to look at the future purchases. People all do that. Even though they don't.
Listen, you know what you said first, right? The initial purchase.
Right.
That's what matters most.
I said
this is why people wait until now I seen this a lot. He was like, okay, I'm gonna buy a Switch now because it has Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, and Smash Brothers. Yeah. I can now make that purchase. You feel what I'm saying? Once the library keeps stacking up, more people come because there's more options for people to play what they want to play.
Which is true.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that buy the Switch too because of what it had to offer for the overall experience. You could take it on the go. It was a lot more powerful than the
people did that too, but these two consoles, they don't have that dynamic.
Exactly.
These are two home consoles. So
but they have a different dynamic in the terms of a home theater experience though. So you've got the PlayStation 5.
We talking about an experience that was never happened in console gaming, which the Switch brung, versus another home theater experience that we already had before.
Because the PlayStation 5 is doing something in its UI and its controller that is going to change the way gaming is played that has never been done.
You mean like HD Rumble in the Switch?
No, I'm talking about adaptive trigger and haptic feedback and weighted
HD Rumble.
No, not HD Rumble. I'm talking about heavier triggers.
Lord have mercy.
Heavier triggers.
Y'all are crazy.
Oh my God!
Let's take some of these super chats.
Look. I like to hear him talk. Unlike the other moron, it's cool. He's very enthusiastic, but he likes to think things through and not be a fucking idiot. So I appreciate that.
I appreciate that, Baron. I appreciate that.
But the thing is, yeah, go ahead,
Baron. Okay.
No, I'm saying what the thing is, like all three of us are trying to tell you, is like that initial purchase is 98% of the decision.
I know,
if they want to get the console or not.
But what I'm saying is, you got a branch off from that root that drives individual people differently. And it's a majority, contrary to what you believe, that it's only a minority. Because if you look at case studies, literally in 2018, it was over $100 billion generated for the gaming industry. And they literally calculated how many people were casuals versus how many people were like stated to have always been the ones to always get the console day one. First thing, no matter what console it was. And on that same case study, I did this for my class, same case study, you had 73% of mobile phone users are gamers, and of course they classified from Candy Crush all the way to Call of Duty Mobile.
And that's a lot of casual people.
It is.
What I'm
Let's
saying
take
is,
some of these super chat before these people get mad. Let's take some of it, because we're going to be here all day with this, going back and forth. So we got a super chat from Rice Eater 79 says, Baron, so why did you list Fable, Forza, and all them other games that are 2 to 5 years out? You own yourself with games you claim excited X fans. Okay, we got another one here from No Face Apex.
I want to answer that.
Okay.
What did I say after that? Neither one of these consoles is purchasable unless you're a Halo fan. I said that. I can't be excited for a future game and say don't buy the system when it first came out. Like,
why would being a Halo fan make you get the PlayStation 5 if you're not a fan of Halo?
No. I'm talking about the Series X. I'm talking about respectively. I said there's no reason to buy none of these new consoles at launch. The only reason you can have is if you're a hardcore Halo fan or a hardcore first-person shooter fan. I don't want to just label it just Halo because it's not the only thing in the genre. But
what I'm saying, you got Forza, you've got Gears of War, you've got all these other IPs.
It's not there on day one. It's not there.
But what I'm saying is if, let's say me, I don't have an Xbox right now. I pawned mine. Okay? And I want the most current thing because I don't see the use in going backwards if there's going to be forward-looking things in the future that is going to warrant my purchase. I'm not going to buy the same thing twice.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm not going to buy the same thing twice. Meaning, if I'm going to get, let's say, I don't know, some game Microsoft talks about is going to be available on Xbox One and Series X.
Mm-hmm.
If I was to get an Xbox One, because I just could not contain myself and I needed to get a Microsoft platform in my hands, I'm not going to get that game if I know I'm going to get it on Xbox Series X and it's supposed to look better on Series X. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. So what I'm saying is that all of these games that Microsoft is talking about bringing out, you're going to have those consumers that don't have an Xbox right now that are going to get that console and they're not gonna go backward. So Microsoft literally has Xbox Game Pass available to PC and all of these other things, which honestly that kind of saves them in that aspect, because now you don't have to go back. You can play on your PC or you can play on any other accessible that they had made available. But now check this out. So if Gears of War is in the works, but we just haven't heard anything about it yet, the minute Gears of War comes up and they say it's going to come out 20xxx, it's going to come out that day, they're going to go ahead and be like, okay, well, I never was a fan of Halo, which is some of the population. I never was a fan of Halo, but I heard good stuff about it. Let me go ahead and get this and see what this is about on the Series X, the new console that everybody's talking about. Let me play this, and this should hold me over and the other library that nobody really cares about. Let me play this stuff, see what I like until Gears of War comes out, because it's right around my price range and it's coming in 6 months or whatever. Let me play this. You know what I mean? I'll be good.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that situation doesn't occur, because it occurred, and it occurred to me when I first bought my PS3. I made my PS3 decision on the same scenario you just put out, but I'm a small percentage. I'm a very small percentage of people that do that. That's the first time I've ever done that, because if it was something there. If it ain't nothing there initially that I want, and I bought my PS3 probably the second year it was out, or the second and a half. It was like 2 and a half years in. So I still did not get it at launch, but it was something, I forgot what game it was people was talking about. And I was like, okay, I could play that and I could play Madden. You know what I mean? I'll just switch to playing Madden on PS3 instead of Xbox 360, because it was kind of switching at that point in time anyway, how many people played on 360 PS3. So I made my purchase, but it was still 2.5 years later after the PS3 came out. So the thing is, it's not the majority of people that do that, because people, when they drop money on something and it's definitely big dollars, they have to feel like they're getting something tangible out of it, and they're going to use it. You know what I mean? You're not going to have many people that's like, oh, I've never been on Xbox, let me just get the Series X and, just use smart delivery and upgrade all my Xbox One games I want to get to Series X. It's not going to be many people to do that. Otherwise, the whole strategy and marketing would be specifically just buy Series X and upgrade Xbox One games. They know that's not the people that's going to buy this console. That's not going to be a marketing tactic they can use. Most of the people who play the games on Xbox One have already played it. So
yeah, check this out. All right, so let's go to, because man, we've been all over the place this whole time. Exactly. All over the place, and it's been like going over 2 hours and 10 minutes. Okay, now we got another super chat here saying, why are Xbox fans sounding like Trumpers? Do me a favor, please name 5 multi-million selling non-first person games that Microsoft exclusive single player platinum titles. No FPS, I'll wait.
No FPS. Well, Gears of War, obviously, that's easy.
Yeah, Baron. So you ignore a hardcore Spider-Man exists. Laugh out loud. Okay.
Hardcore Spider-Man. That's what y'all consider a hardcore Spider-Man?
Oh,
holy
Lord.
crap, dog!
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Y'all consider that DLC expansion a hardcore Spider-Man game?
They already acknowledged it's not a DLC expansion.
Oh, stop the bull
God
crap.
of War.
Stop it. Stop it.
You can't say that anymore.
Wait a minute.
Oh, Lord, here we go again. Here we go again.
Did somebody write a report about the game was supposed to be like 5 to 9 hours or some garbage like that? That is
ridiculous. Look. We need
that is ridiculous.
We need games like Spider-Man Miles Morales to exist. Not everything needs to be
I agree with you.
AAA.
But you need to have a game that is absolutely developed as a complete game from start to finish. That's what you need. If you definitely gonna sell it for $70 damn, and it needs to be more than 5 damn hours.
It's not gonna be $70.
That game ain't gonna be $70.
Well, the verdict is not out. The verdict is not good on that.
Hey, I wouldn't even buy it if it was $70. And
they already tried to start pricing these next generation games at $70. If you think only
next generation game.
If you think only 2K is doing it, you are crazy. Trust me.
No, there's going to be more publishers.
About this already.
There's going to be more publishers that's going to be doing it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
If they can get away with selling you DLC expansion for $70, they are damn sure going to do it.
Yeah, of course. And
they ain't going to give a damn about your feelings. But I hope you will be smart enough to realize that ain't worth it.
Hey, I will come to your chat or your stream if it's $70 and personally apologize to you for this. Like, honestly, like if
you gotta apologize. I mean, my thing is, and the reason I always trash this game so much is it's obviously a desperation move. I feel like the Miles Morales character, they should have just took the Miles Morales character, made a sequel to the PS4 game, took as much time as you needed, have the most budget that you needed, just to make a complete next generation sequel. That's all you needed to do. But they wanted to rush something out to have it for launch day because they realized they ain't have shit. So it's like,
Hold on. Here's this thing now. So on the other topic that we was going to talk about was that did y'all hear the rumor that we're supposed to be getting another PlayStation 5 game? Like it's like a revival. I think Mark Cerny is working on it.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and then God of War supposed to be showcased at this August 6 event that's rumored to be happening. Right? On the 6th.
Care about that,
so
Marlon,
if God of War, hold on. If they tease God of War, you already know how people are going to receive that.
Okay,
you already. Okay, go ahead.
Marlon.
Go ahead.
When did God of War come out?
They're saying 2021.
No, when did God of War come out?
2018.
And what's today's date?
2020. So that's like what, 3 years? What, 2 years? No, 2 years?
No, that's not 3 years. What the hell?
Well, I mean, counting 2018.
Here's my point. They're making a next generation game. The scale of next generation is way bigger, way larger. You really believe that you are feasibly going to see something from God of War in August?
It's possible they could have
in a teaser. 2 year span.
It's possible they could have a
they
teaser.
Said they can design quicker on the PlayStation.
That's fine if they have a teaser, but why would you even want it? Because it obviously is still about 3 years away.
They show a teaser.
Fable ain't ready, and they show a teaser for Fable. Fable is nowhere close to coming out anytime soon.
Fable got a teaser because it's actually brought back to life. That's different.
Hellblade got shown once again. No gameplay. So I'm saying if the same thing they did with Hellblade, they can do the same thing for God of War. They can show it.
If that's what y'all want, that's what y'all want. I don't think they should. I don't think they should touch that unless they're a year out from release. There's no point because all you're gonna do is have people
a year out from release.
No, I'm talking about God of War. I'm talking about God of War.
Okay.
I don't think people understand that these games are going to be bigger. They're going to be, size is going to be bigger. The scale's going to be bigger. It's going to take a longer time to create these things. This is why you didn't get no release dates for none of this stuff.
That is true.
So it's like y'all need to pump your brakes talking about don't show God of War. Well, you ain't playing it till like 2020.
Well,
so why did you even see it?
So basically you're throwing this rumor out saying that it can be this new God of War game that is rumored for 2021 is not going to happen. Basically,
unless they pull the Miles Morales, you are not playing God of War in 2020, and I hope they didn't do that.
But what I'm saying is that if they do have it with the release date of like 2021 ish, 2022 early, beginning first quarter, it would show, especially if they mention when they started development for it. Let's say they started development for it right after it launched, year after it launched, of 2019, and they started like just sprinting on that game. Santa Monica just started sprinting on it.
Bruh,
if they but look, listen, it would back up their claims. It would back up their claims that state it's easier and more efficient and faster to develop on the PlayStation 5.
Bruh, it's easier and faster and efficient to develop for the Switch, but you still have to take time to make a quality.
I know, but what I'm saying, what if it's not rushed and you're comparing the Switch to the PlayStation 5?
You just said if they hit the wall sprinting.
No,
you run
no. I'm talking about a game design terminology. Sprint means you're all fire cylinders. You're not rushing. It means you're going in and you're literally putting everything you've got into this game. You're not working on any other projects. So if they're putting all of this time into God of War because they are trying to revolutionize it and they're trying to make it complete next gen, then they're going to be far ahead of schedule than what they normally would have been if they're like fantasizing about other projects, passion projects, and doing all that other crazy stuff. So if they're so like I'm saying, if they started 2019, late 2018, as soon as they launched it, like they took a week off, 2 weeks off, then they went back to it. Right. They could have something if the PlayStation 5 dev kit was easily convertible over from PlayStation 4 stuff, PlayStation 5, which they said it was. So then you go ahead and then they say, oh wow, this is easy. Unreal Engine 5 ain't that much harder than what it was before. So okay, let's do. Put everything together. Okay, now they got something to show and they say, we're proud to announce this is going to be able to be fourth quarter 2021, late fourth quarter, early first quarter 2022 at worst case scenario. That's realistic. That's possible.
This, bruh. The first God of War took 5 years.
But that was on PlayStation 4.
But look, I understand that. But you got to understand, it's just not from the technological part of it. It's also about the story, the character development, the voice acting, all of that. All of that comes into play. The planning, the pre-production, the post-production.
Right.
It's not happening. The thing is, I would not be crazy enough to wish that to happen because you're getting a rushed product.
I understand.
I don't think anything like that needs to be rushed like that. That's ridiculous.
I get you. If it's rushed, I don't want it. Like if
2021 is rushed.
I said fourth quarter, first quarter 2022. I said it could possibly. But what I'm saying is if they don't show us anything besides a pre-alpha build, or let's say they're almost out of pre-alpha by that time, that's a long time still. So, but we're looking at what's a long time for PlayStation 5 standards. We're not there yet. We haven't seen PlayStation 5 yet. So now, if we can get games way faster that look way better, so
but that's not realistically because you're using more power and more processing. You're using bigger environments. You're not going to do it in a faster rate because you're expanding the scale of these games and the graphical fidelity.
But look,
so it's not going to come faster. It's probably going to take a little bit longer, or it's going to be the same average time. You know what I mean? So it's like you're thinking like just the same size as God of War 4, just a little bit prettier. No, the scale, the whole scale of everything is going to be big and better, hopefully, than what the predecessor was. So I don't understand why y'all think these things are coming out in 2 to 3 years. Like, yo, bro, it's not happening. This is why they gave you no release dates for nothing. For literally nothing, you got no release window. That was deliberate. That's deliberate. Because they like, it ain't coming out no time soon.
But what I'm saying is if you think it's going to be 5 years at the max away from now, I don't think it's that long.
No, I think they can knock a year off because they are the storyline they want to go with God of War. So I think that could take a year off the process. But 2 years for the God of War sequel, bro, this ain't N64 and PlayStation.
Hey,
I do not want to see that.
Hey, I said at medium. Hey, to be honest with you, there was a lot of N64 games that got delayed because it was so hard to design for in that time frame, in that time era. So what you're talking about
but
is
in that era, we seen games with sequels that turned around with 1.5 years and 2 years. We seen that consistently during that era. This ain't the same technology. We're not using the same technology. We way ahead using bigger and crazier shit now.
Exactly.
It's not happening.
But what I'm saying is, if you can do an optimizable engine that works around the efficiency and everything that they're trying to accomplish, it may be a lot more seamless than how it used to be in the past. Is what I'm saying. I'm saying don't count off the developer's skill and the budget that they have available.
I'm not, but you also gotta understand they still have a learning curve. Everybody still has a learning curve on the new hardware. So it's kind of like a pipe dream that you're chasing that's never going to come to fruition because they're working on new hardware. Everybody has a learning curve. You have to learn the ins and outs of the hardware, what you cannot and what you cannot do, how far you can push all that stuff. You have to learn that on the fly while developing. There's no way you can make it faster.
Right, but what I'm saying, I'm gonna leave it at this. What I'm saying is that I'm not using a pipe dream based on my own volition and what I'm thinking and speculating. I'm only hearing from what the developers and the instructors that are also developers told me. So they're saying it feels better. Like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
I'm pretty sure they are 100% true in what they said. But this ain't the first time I heard this. I heard this 3 generations in a row, and it's still
you don't want to get your hopes up and then be disappointed. I get that, but what I'm saying is,
we'll see, man. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Because we could do this all day. We'll see. We will see. You know what I'm saying? What end up happening? Because at the end of the day, like I said before, things are changing, and obviously, like Phil said, like Phil said, right? Game development is going to be affected. You know what I'm saying? Like, big time with all the stuff that's going on, you know, so who knows what can happen, right? But this state of play apparently for August here, I think Sony is gonna come out here maybe with 1 or 2 more exclusive games that they probably want to show, and then probably the rest is going to be, you know, third party stuff that we don't really know about. But honestly, at this point, man, people are gonna buy what they gonna buy. You know what I'm saying? People like what they like, and at the end of the day, that's just the point. You know, that's the truth. And at the same time, when you kind of look at the forecast of everything that we supposed to be getting for these systems, ain't no guarantee they're gonna come out, you know what I'm saying, at the time where they said they're going to. Because with all this crap, man, we can have delays on top of delays. Infant, thank you so much for the super chat, man. He says, I'm giving Xbox too many chances, unacceptable. Hey, man, look, if Xbox did not deliver to your liking, I totally understand that. I totally agree. You know what I'm saying? Everybody likes what they like. Everybody wants what they want. And if a company is not meeting your expectation, then that's totally understandable. Context. PS, I'm guessing he said PlayStation are making games so pretty that they don't need ray tracing. Xbox are putting in subpar effort and hoping ray tracing will save these games visuals.
Oh my god!
Oh man,
I wouldn't say it's subpar effort. Like, you know, I wouldn't say like it's subpar effort. I mean, but like what I think they should have did is, honestly, they should have just released what they could show, and then like the other stuff that they weren't satisfied with, I think they could have just held off and then like did like another MIDI showcase showing what they wanted to show.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Look, bro, look. It's I just want to say this, man. Look. Look, man. I haven't been reading the chat the whole time I was in here. I finally reading it. It's like
y'all, look. It doesn't matter which flag you want. Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation.
Doesn't matter.
At the end of the day, certain facts just can't be disputed. And if you want to dispute my view on development, that's fine. If you want to look like an asinine fool in front of everybody, that's fine. But let's just be realistic, dog. It's just it takes time to develop stuff. Look how long we waited for Breath of the Wild. I mean,
Long
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, people. And that was built on the Wii U.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you want a quality game, it's going to take time. You're not going to get something the quality of Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Red Dead Redemption, or what have you in a 2-year time frame. It's not going to happen. There's going to be something rushed in the process to get all that work done. So you can be excited about stuff coming out, but just be realistic about the stuff that's happening. When companies advertise to you, they advertise you in a way enticing. Mm-hmm. But the smart people are good at reading between them. If they had a solid window for release on these games, they would have gave it to you. They didn't give you anything. So that tells you right there where we're at in development cycle. Meaning you ain't getting shit for a very long time.
Yeah.
So you might as well just relax and accept what we're giving to you in the beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This has nothing to do with me like an Xbox over Sony or me like that has nothing to do with it. It's just the fact of the matter is nobody gave you anything. The only thing you got was Halo this holiday. That's the only release that you got from Microsoft.
How much
did Sony. So it's like you said what?
How much somebody with a $2 super chat says, how much did they pay you, Baron? Xbox need milk.
How much did they pay? They didn't pay me anything. The thing is, it's like people hate that I just don't follow the status quo. I don't follow the trend. I think the trend of hating
have a mind of your own, you know.
I think the trend of hating on Xbox is absolutely ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous. I don't think it's unwarranted because the way they started with Xbox One, it brought all that hate. You know what I mean? But I have to give them props for them trying to dig themselves out of the hole. And they're doing everything that people are asking them to. Well, the Xbox fans are asking them to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And they've been transparent about the whole Xbox One situation, Xbox Series X, my situation since day one, since they announced it. You know what I mean? They said Halo is going to come out a holiday last year, still coming out this holiday. They talked about 4K 60. You saw 4K 60. You know what I mean? So it's like they're trying to repair the damage they've done to themselves. I'm not going to sit up here and just keep beating them over the head, even though they're improving, making changes. Just because, because Sony is supposed to be God in some people's eyes. No, I'm not doing that. It's just not happening. I'm going to give props where props is, and I'm going to criticize where I need to criticize. It's just simple as that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's how I approach it on all sides.
So what do you say about them having these games that are supposed to be exclusive available to PC? Like, what does that do for the Xbox fan base?
Yeah.
What does it do for the Sony fan base when these Sony games are
God of War
these are older games though. I mean, games from Sony side that are coming over to PC are
at the
super
end of the
old.
day, it's still going to be on PC.
But what I'm saying is,
the PC gamer can sit there and say, I don't have to buy a PlayStation. Just wait for this to come to PC since everything's starting to come now. I just wait.
But
and
no,
you have gamers
but the flow is different though. The flow is different.
I understand
you get
the
a lot
flow
more.
is different, but the thing is, when it comes, I'm trying to make people understand that PC shit don't matter in the console race. This is one of the things I hated the most about the fanboyism thing is how they brung PC into the equation. You know what I mean? PC is its own ecosystem and how things are run over, are bought and sold, and how things are marketed to them differently than how is it marketed to the console gamer, because they're separate. It's just so happened that we sometimes get the same games. Most third-party games are now always going to PC now. But they have a whole different dynamic over purchase. Their whole ecosystem is totally different. You know what I mean? Just like the mobile market is totally different. It's not treated the same as the console market. So when y'all bring this whole PC situation in, I was like, that shit don't matter. It got proven multiple times it don't matter. People was worrying about Gears 5 being on PC pad before the launch day. Gears still sold physically on Xbox One. Better. And it's like that PC shit doesn't matter. It is never going to matter. You know what I mean? And I think Microsoft understands that. You know what I'm saying? So it's really not going to matter. People who want the game on console are going to game on console. People who want a game on PC are going to game on PC.
But what I'm saying is you got like the casuals that the same one you're talking about that want to get something that's available right now. You know, you got a lot of casuals that are still minors and have the parents buying everything for them or their families. If they already have a PC in their house, the mom is going to tell little Timmy, "Hey, nah, what's the point of getting this if they're going to bring it to this? No, I'm not spending $500 so you can play with your little friend."
Well, first of all, most of the time, I'm correct you on this. Most of the time, when it comes to those families, most of them don't have capable PCs to play these games that these children want to play. They don't have time to upgrade PC hardware to make sure the game plays.
Surprise these days.
What the soccer mom is going to do is go out there and get the damn console on so she can just buy a fucking disc and hand it to them. They're not trying to go through all that red tape and propaganda on why the audio ain't working on this game. Let me go to this forum and find out. It's not happening. They're not doing
hey, this ain't 1990 and 2000 anymore, bro. Like,
they're not doing. Trust, bruh. This is why the console market still sells 100 million consoles. People are not going to be dealing with PC. PC is not looked at from a console and casual market as a main gaming platform. It's not. Yeah. Otherwise, we wouldn't have the Switch doing what. We wouldn't have the PS4 doing what it's doing. That is
true.
It's not what it is. Y'all make it so much bigger than it actually is.
Well, also you got to look at it's Nintendo. It's Nintendo though too. Like Nintendo, if anybody else was to pull that off, they would be a little more weary of getting that console. But because it's Nintendo and they did what they did, like you're more apt to go after something innovative from Nintendo than anybody else trying to do some innovative stuff like that. Take away the Switch and go back to before it was even a thing. Would you have got this Switch if it was marketed the exact same way, but from Sony or even Microsoft?
I mean, what exactly are you asking?
I'm asking
if you take the Switch away and do what?
And like we go back in time before the Switch was even a thing. Like, so somebody else came up with the Switch idea first.
Okay.
That was not Nintendo. Would you have been as on board with getting the Switch if it was ran by Microsoft?
It depends. But the thing is, it's like when you look at innovation on that type of level and when it comes to hardware, it's really only been Nintendo really pushing that envelope.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If somebody like Microsoft, like Nintendo been pushing the envelope long, and then Microsoft had to switch first. Now they have to they have to prove it to. It's already a proven track record with Nintendo, so
exactly.
Plus, on top of that, they have the franchises that I can only get on this side.
Exactly, and that's what I'm talking about. That's all I was.
Have to do with PC though. This one.
No. What I'm saying is you're comparing the Switch, what the Switch has done, to what I don't even know what you were talking about with Microsoft and the Switch comparison, but you were
talking about PC when it relates to all three consoles. There's games that's on PC that's on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that the way the Switch did so well, I just remember you bringing up the Switch, why and you were comparing it, was like that's why they did so well. People wouldn't have been as on board and subscribed to the idea of this type of console if it was in the hands of somebody that was not trusted and had the exclusivity to back it up. Nintendo has innovation. Yeah, Nintendo had the innovation where they could pull literally anything out their butt 9 times out of 10, and it's gonna slap. It's gonna be a hit because of the fact they have the trust back up and they know what they're doing with this type of mechanics and these type of technology that you gonna know if Nintendo is on it. It's gonna be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna give them a chance with this. Now, Wii U is the only place they failed with that, but that was a lot of stuff we don't have time to talk about. But the Wii, the original Wii, like that was a reach. Like if that was in Microsoft's hands and Nintendo wasn't thinking about going that route, we would be here 10 years ago talking about Xbox failing with the Wii, because the Wii literally is trash because they missed the ball on so many things. But we're not, because Nintendo did it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, that's kind of a stretch because obviously neither one of those companies would have been able to pull the Wii off.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But like you even had the PSP, which I think they should have stopped that right there. But you had the PS Vita, and you were trying to fight Nintendo, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, you know, they've been rocking this way back with the Game Boy Fat. Like, you guys aren't going to beat them in their domain. You know what I mean? Like,
I got you, but I'm trying to figure out what this has to do with PC console.
No, what I was saying was I was waiting for you to like pick back up on what you was talking about, saying that's why the Switch did so well. And I was like, you can't compare Nintendo. Basically, my point was Nintendo doesn't have a place in your analogies when it comes to Xbox versus Sony and their innovation, because Nintendo by themselves, they don't have to do anything, and we're going to trust them because they've been around for over 100 years and they know what they're doing.
Well, here's the difference though. People trust them because they have delivered quality.
Exactly, and that's what we're mad at.
They delivered the top quality for decades.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is we are so mad at Microsoft is because they're dropping the ball and failing to deliver on their quality. Like it's hit or miss, and I can't imagine me subscribing to an idea unless they really bring it home and they show us, okay, this is why you should get our console. Like I said,
I mean that's cool, but you acting like Sony didn't have that period either.
But what I'm saying is they were more trustworthy than Microsoft because they've been doing it longer.
Well, I mean that's fine. That's subjective to people. I mean,
no, that was not subjective.
That's subjective based on the person. I mean,
no. But what I'm saying is you can't debate that PlayStation wasn't out way before Microsoft even was doing consoles.
PlayStation was out.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying they were holding their own to the N64 and the GameCube and stuff like that.
Well, here's what happened, because I know we got a lot of people in the chat who birthday.
They're confused. They're really confused right now. On what's
I know they're
going
confused
on.
when he was talking about PC, but I get what he's talking about. But I'm gonna address what he's. We gotta understand, a lot of people in this chat birthday ended in 98 or 2000. So I have to remind them what actually happened. Sony,
oh my God!
The Sony you know today was not the same Sony back in PS1 and PS2. Regardless of what anybody tells you, they literally rode on the backs of third parties from the PS1 and the PS2. And when they tried to do it again on the PS3, it backfired because Microsoft was able to sweep the third parties over to 360. That's why the 360 took off the way it did, and that's why the PS3 fell flat on its damn face and was pretty much almost non-existent for almost 3.5 years until Sony realized something. They realized, why are we failing right now? And why is this other company that's been here on this planet for damn near continuously kicking everybody's ass? They realized something. We have to build a first party line. That's what we have to do. We can't keep relying on third party content. And that's what they started to build at the end of the PS3. Granted, it ain't as big and it ain't as grand as Nintendo lineup because they just don't have that many studios, and they just don't. Honestly, they really don't have
console barely hitting 4K.
They don't have the talent to really compete on that level with them. But they built a solid starting first party lineup, and now Microsoft is realizing they have to do that too. That's why they bought all these.
They bought all these freaking studios, but I still don't see nothing.
But what I'm saying is Baron, they solidified their trust in the PlayStation 2 being the world's best selling console of all time. Like, they still haven't got anywhere near that.
But that's good. But what happened when the PS3 and the 360 came out?
But what I'm saying is, I'm agreeing with you on the terms of they made a mistake with the PlayStation 3. But what I'm saying is, it only hurt them a little bit. It was like a slap on the wrist because they came back.
It didn't hurt them a little bit. We was really talking about if another PlayStation was. They was able to turn the shit around.
No, but I mean, they ended up like recovering at the end of the PlayStation 3 with some hot titles. Like, they weren't. I honestly think some of the games that did not make global like acclaim should have been like what's the word? Given more kudos for helping the PlayStation 3, like White Knight Chronicles, the other Square Enix games that came out here and there, like all of these games that literally nobody really knows about unless you're like really digging for stuff with a shovel. You're not going to really pay attention to, but those drove numbers. You know what I mean? Level 5 is one of their studios I wish they bought. You know what I mean? So like, I'm like, they had some sleeper developers underneath the ground pushing PlayStation 3s is what I'm saying.
PS3 outsold 360, and 360 had a year head start. Yeah, most definitely.
Here's the thing on that situation. Everything, PS3 was getting completely obliterated for years. The price cuts happened. The game started rolling. Shit started turning. Keep in mind the Wii is continuously dominating. So that's pretty much what it was. Now toward the end, this is what happened, because people don't recall this because obviously it's a long time ago now. What happened is that Microsoft, they stopped selling the 360 before Sony stopped selling the PS3. So when the gen was officially over, the PS3 was continuously being sold. So eventually it caught up and passed because it wasn't that far behind because it got a lot of momentum. So when we already moved on, it was PS3. The PS3 didn't outsell the Xbox 360 until after the other two systems came out. So the thing is, everybody was this notion like, oh, the PS3 the shit out of 360. The shit was already over. It's just that the PS3 was continuing to sell because at that point they was still selling the most hardware. I mean, the most software on PS3 and 360. You can go back and look at Sony. Here's the thing. This is why I like conversations like this. If you don't believe me, you can actually go back and pinpoint in Sony's Sony financial reports exactly the day, not the day, exactly the year that the PS3 passed the 360.
But you know what's funny though?
And you could go back and look that up. You ain't got to take my word for it. You can literally go back to financial reports and look that up.
You know what's funny though? And this is the truth. This is the truth. Out of every single generation that Sony and Microsoft exist, Sony dominates Microsoft on every freaking spectrum. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to sales, and now we're in a whole new freaking generation now with the Series X and the PS5, right? And the way how things are looking right now, it's like, okay, well, who's gonna edge out who? And what it really boils down to is the freaking games, right? That's what it boils down to at the end of the day. So we can sit here and debate sales all day long, but what it really comes down to is the games. And that's what people want to play at the end of the day. And by the looks of it, which when it comes to pre-order, both systems are going to be sold out, right? But after this holiday season going over into next year, that's going to be the true testimony right there. You know what I'm saying? And for Microsoft right now, they're showing you a bunch of stuff that's going to be on Game Pass, right? They're trying to push Game Pass sales. Right now, they got what, over 10 million subscribers? So they're pushing that right now because they already know in order for them to drive freaking consoles, they need freaking exclusive games that is going to gravitate people to that freaking machine. And as we see right here with this freaking showcase, that's clearly not the case, because you have some people, you have a mixed reaction here. You got some people are like, oh, I'm excited for Game Pass. Oh, I'm excited for Series X. People are going to buy Series X regardless. And then some people are just like, I'm not going to waste my money on this. I'm just going to play Halo Infinite on my original VCR box, or I'm going to play Halo Infinite on PC. So you got more variety with Microsoft. Whereas with PlayStation, it's like, okay, if you want to play Horizon Forbidden West, if you want to play any of these other PlayStation exclusives, you got to get you a PlayStation 5. And that's really what it's going to boil down to. And now Microsoft right now, they know their back is against the wall when it comes to this whole console hardware thing. This whole console war is over now, because now we know that Microsoft is clearly not in that race anymore. Game Pass is their thing. That's what they're promoting. That's what they're running off into. So even if the Series X don't sell as well, they don't care, because Game Pass, they're trying to get as many people to subscribe to Game Pass as much as they can, right? And then after this whole console generation is over with, they don't have to come out with another console. They can just keep pushing Game Pass. And so that's the narrative that they want people to have in their heads right now. It's like, okay, we don't care about this you heard Phil said it. He was like, man, I don't understand why people is over here talking about PS5 versus Series X. Like, it doesn't matter to them at the end of the day. And that's why they didn't really push that narrative when it comes to Series X. They're not trying to get you to buy Series X. They're trying to get you to sign up for freaking Game Pass. And they're doing a heck of a great job doing that so far. You see what I'm saying? So,
trying to do.
Oh, the hell they ain't. That's exactly what they're trying to do. What the heck are you talking about? That's exactly what they're trying to do. You blind? You can't see? You cannot see. Are you damn blind? You cannot see. No, don't bother me. Look, go back.
I don't know what you're looking at.
Go back and look at the conference for yourself. Go back and look at the conference for yourself. And don't tell me that Matt Booty did not just went up there and said, oh, we showed off 20 plus something games.
X butt cheeks in the house.
Don't tell me that Matt Booty did not just go up on stage and said, hey, we showed off all of these games, and all of these games are going to be on freaking Game Pass. That's the narrative that they're pushing.
Okay, listen.
Come on, man.
Hold up, wait. Let me understand.
Oh Lord, here comes this bullcrap damage control.
It's not bullcrap. Listen, hold up.
I feel sorry for him having that family name and being a part of Xbox right now. Booty is a bad last name to be hired in right now.
Marlon, bro.
Listen. Booty family. Think about that.
Let's hear the black spin. Come on.
It's not a spin. They have not been pushing Xbox Series X for damn near a year for no. They did not go out their way they are not sitting up here touting K60 for no reason. Y'all gotta get out of denial. They want their ecosystem, Xbox as a console in the house. They also want a piece of that PC market, which is cool. Man,
they already got the PC market on lock.
In what?
They already got the PC market on lock.
Epic Game Store and Steam are still doing pretty well. And speaking of Epic Game Store, some company put a large stake in them recently. I wonder who that was.
What are you talking about? You talking about Epic?
Yeah. Did somebody buy some stock in the Epic Game Store recently?
Sony.
Oh, yeah. I wonder why they did that. Anyway, let's move right along to my point.
Oh, something's gonna come out of it. Something gonna come out of it.
Exactly. So you sitting up here talking about this Game Pass and this PC stuff. They understand. Microsoft understand that these are two different markets.
They're really not going to affect each other. They never have, and they never. They're not.
Hey, look here. When Game Pass does not turn out as well as they expect, it's gonna be a whole nother DRM situation, just like what happened in 2013. They're gonna kill that noise.
Game Pass is on both platforms. It doesn't matter. But the thing is, the reason it's on both platforms because they understand these are two different markets they're trying to do. This is why the PC market is not going to be treated the same as the console market, like I was telling y'all before. It's just not. It's not going to be the thing. So the thing is like, I don't blame them for expanding it and trying to get the Xbox brand really big on the PC side. That's not a bad thing to me because I understand that what happens on 9 times out of 10 necessarily is not going to happen. They understand that too. And with Sony putting all that stock into Epic Games, I think they're starting to realize to understand that shit. And with some of their games coming to PC, starting to realize that shit. So like y'all can sit up here and push this fanboy rhetoric all day.
No. It's not rhetoric. It's not rhetoric. Look what happened to Mixer. Look what happened to freaking Mixer. Everything Microsoft touches turns to crap. Everything they touch turned to crap, including the freaking Xbox One. Look at the One X.
I would say.
Hold on. Look at the One X. Look how they abandoned the One X. That system had so much more potential. Just like what Nintendo did with the GameCube.
No, first of all,
man, y'all not stupid. Use your heads. Let's
not be silly. The PS4 Pro and the One X was
not be silly. Oh, have mercy. Look, Sony squeezed every ounce. Sony squeezed every ounce of power.
So y'all can sit up here Xbox One X, Xbox One X.
Lord have mercy. Look, you don't want to hear the truth. You don't want to hear the truth. You don't want to hear the truth.
Speak the truth, but speak it from both sides. Don't act like the PS4 Pro wasn't there. Don't act like it didn't fall on his face.
Well, here's my narrative that I'm pushing. Okay? Sony is one of the few companies next to Nintendo that will try to squeeze every ounce of life left out of a console before they move over into the other one. Phil himself.
So that's an excuse.
Hold on. Phil himself came out and said, "Man, you know what? The One X was supposed to be their last console." Okay? Because they were touting this whole power crap. That's why you have these jack ASS's around here pushing the narrative of, oh my God, this is the world's most powerful, all this power talk. And we still not learning nothing. We going over into a whole nother generation with this acidine foolery about Halo. Halo is not going to save Microsoft this time around. Don't you get it?
And let me piggyback.
Hold on. When you sit there and waste airtime and show a console exclusive, which is Tetris, man, get the freak out of here, man.
Yeah, let me ask you a question, Marlon. So the PS4 Pro wasn't about power?
What do you mean the PS4? Sony wasn't pushing power.
More about energy
so the
efficiency.
PS4 Pro wasn't about power.
It was more about energy efficiency.
Yeah, I think it was more
Sony wasn't pushing power with PS4 Pro, not as much as Microsoft was doing.
It was about the power. That's what it was about.
They weren't talking about. They weren't talking about the power. They were more talking about energy efficiency.
Yeah, they was not doing that.
They was not pushing power.
Efficiency.
Oh my God.
Not like Microsoft. They was not pushing power.
I guess y'all act like Sean Layton.
Oh, Sean Layton. Man.
I guess he never worked at Sony anytime in his. We know what the PS4 Pro was about. We know what the Xbox One X was about. And when they first debuted him and talked about that, I think this is the stupidest idea I've ever seen. Because a lot of people ain't going to buy into that garbage. And they didn't. People were still buying the base models over both of those consoles. So it's like, if you're going to reprimand Microsoft for it, you need to reprimand Sony for the PS4 Pro. It was equally a dumbass idea on both sides.
But you know why they did that. You know exactly why the PS4 Pro and the One X exists. You know why they did that. There was a reason for that.
Everybody wanted, because this resolution garbage that y'all started with this rhetoric about resolution and frame rate, and they still didn't accomplish anything trying to
y'all, all them people who was pushing this, you know, everything has to be a certain resolution, everything has to be a certain frame rate. You still didn't get what you wanted out of it. It was
and guess what? We still guess what? We still, it's already turning out that we still ain't gonna get what we want.
Oh, you gonna get it on Series X,
well.
4K 60.
Oh man, please.
You're gonna get it.
Please.
You're gonna get it because they showed it.
Please. Where at? You know what I'm saying? They talk about 4K 60. They talk about 4K 60 during this freaking showcase, right? And then, okay, where's the ray tracing? You know what I'm saying? This is supposed to be way more powerful than PS5. Where is the freaking ray tracing? And not all the stuff that they showed was 4K 60.
Come on, bro.
Come on, man. Stop defending Microsoft, man. Stop defending Microsoft. Stop defending. Oh, it's a patch. We gonna patch it in later on. That's what they said. We gonna patch it. Come on, man.
Listen, I got your gripe on the inconsistency of graphics, but that's not the only thing that was there.
I got a question for you. I got a question for you about all this. So, do you think the Xbox game studios and the Xbox company would be as bold if they were standalone as a company and they weren't using their sugar daddy and Microsoft to help them, you know, make these risks?
Man, they would have went under. I can answer that. They would have went under a long time. They would have been Sega a long time ago if they didn't have Microsoft behind them. Because they failed. They failed miserably.
Without Microsoft, that's what you're saying.
I mean, Xbox would be garbage without Microsoft. We know Microsoft got the money. That's what's pushing them. Because they made stupid, idiotic mistakes to cost them to shut down. Look what they did with Xbox One. If Microsoft wasn't behind them with the Xbox One, what would have happened to them with that stupid DRM crap? Come on, man. Look, stop it. Let's not waste no more airtime here.
Hold up, wait a minute.
We're pushing 3 hours. Let's not waste no more time and fooling ourselves.
Let's be realistic. That's hard to say because Xbox is a creation from Microsoft, so I can't imagine it even existing if it wasn't Microsoft. You know what I mean?
That is true. That is true.
I don't think we can even say that. Like, it's not even a discussion we could actually have.
But what I'm saying is they have the money and the resources available from the jump to be able to flirt with ideas and throw darts at a dartboard with a blindfold on, hoping it sticks and not sticking somebody in the eye.
Phil needs to be fired. Phil needs to go. Okay? Phil needs to freaking go. That's how I feel. Matt Booty needs to go. We need a clean house at freaking Microsoft.
And a clean booty. That's what we need.
Hey, bro, look, it's all across the board. It's this simple, dog. You ain't got to like it, but y'all just gonna have to accept it.
We don't have a choice. We don't have a choice.
Get out of here.
Hold on, let me get
Phil needs to go.
Get out of here, yo.
Phil and Matt Booty needs to go. At the end of the day, they both
you
need to
telling
go.
us to take mediocrity? You like, hey, you ain't gotta love it. You just gotta take this up the butt.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying at the end of the day, when the generation happens, we starting anew. Everybody's starting anew. Nothing's guaranteed. Nothing's set in stone. And what's so funny is that the CEO of PlayStation, Jim Ryan, literally said this. But nobody wants to acknowledge that. Everyone will act like the PS5 is just going to run away with magical opening and this magical fail. But the CEO of PlayStation literally said this. We're starting anew. What we did in the past doesn't matter. It matters what we do going forward to recreate that success.
Yeah, because they're not sitting back like we said earlier. Like I said earlier, they're not going to just sit back. And even Nintendo ain't doing this, even though they look like they're just riding the coattails of Mario and Zelda right now.
Nintendo keeps doing the same crap over and over again. Don't even talk about
Nintendo. Honestly, Nintendo is bringing some of the most innovation, but it's just not the innovation that people want because it doesn't meet their taste.
Hold on, wait a minute. Do you think that's true?
Now?
True.
Hold on, I want to hit this part real quick. You really believe that?
What?
That they're not delivering the innovation.
No, I said they are bringing the innovation right now.
But you said something after that. You said, but they're
No.
not.
I said it's not what everybody is expecting in reference to what Marlon said. Like, you know, they're doing the same old thing. I said that they're.
And you really believe that?
Oh, so you're talking to Marlon?
You said I'm talking to both of y'all. Y'all both.
No, I'm saying that they're bringing the innovation, but basically it's not what everybody may want. So like Paper Mario.
According to who? According to who though?
No, I'm saying what Marlon, because he said they're doing the same old crap. I'm like, I don't agree with
that because he's a Sony drone now.
No.
Hold up. Pause.
Marlon knows that's bull crap.
Martin.
Yeah.
Okay, you haven't been talking as much because everybody is running their.
I'm just sitting here chilling.
Listen to this. Let me ask you this. Okay, how do you feel about Nintendo right now? Just be honest.
I feel like they need to get the act together. That's what I feel like.
Okay, that's fine.
I agree.
And they keep doing the same old Mario, same old Zelda, same old Metroid, same old. We need some new IPs. It's dry over here.
Hold on, let me not. No, hold on. I need the floor now. I'm finna knock this shit out of the park. I'm tired. I'm tired.
Ready to go through these.
I'm tired of y'all always trying to push this dumb narrative that doesn't exist. I'm gonna start with this.
Let's hear this acidine foolery.
What's the highest rated exclusives this gen?
Mario,
and Breath of the Wild. Thank you.
Same old. Who
is the only company? Who is the only company that has 6 games that's damn near 20 million?
Freaking Nintendo.
Exactly. So when we sit up here, and I want to sit up here and say this, which is the hottest damn console on the market? Games that can't stay in stores.
Nintendo.
Because I'm trying to figure out we're in this situation.
Okay.
It tells you that they're doing the same old thing because I know as a consumer,
because it's Nintendo.
If you do the same thing over and over, I mean literally the same thing over and over, it gets old very quickly and people don't buy into it anymore.
Yeah.
I will say.
So obviously they must be doing something on the innovation keeps their fan base engaged and brings
What's so innovative about Mario Kart Deluxe? Answer me. What's so innovative about Pokemon Sword and Shield? Man, wait a minute. Cut the foolery, man. Cut the foolery. What's so innovative about those games?
I'm about to tell you right now. I'm about to tell
Jesus of mercy.
Houses, Astral Chain, Luigi's Mansion 3.
I was about to get into all that.
Yeah, like Xenoblade Chronicles.
Y'all sitting up here talking about new IPs. And it's like Splatoon doesn't exist, even though it's a 10 million selling franchise.
No. I'm not saying
a franchise that just started on the Wii U.
Okay.
It came over and got more success on the. We acting like Astral Chain did not have.
But they have few new IPs though. It's just a few.
Who gives a damn?
Like
you don't create. Hold on. Let me finish.
Okay. Let's hear
this. You don't create new IPs just for the sake of creating new IPs.
No, you create new IPs just to be more innovative.
What are you talking? Nintendo has the most innovative games on the planet.
Man, no, they don't. No, they freaking don't. No, they don't. If you gonna say Metroid, if you gonna say Metroid and Mario is innovation, you saying Metroid and Mario is innovation? Well, how many years have we? Hold up, pause. How many years have we been playing Metroid? How many years have we been playing Mario?
Okay,
yes,
let me answer this for you.
But it's the same friggin' thing.
No, it's not. No, it's Marlon.
Platform to platform.
Let me answer this question for you, Marlon. I want everybody in the chat to pay attention.
Stop.
Just because it's using the same IP or character doesn't make it the same thing.
Oh Lord.
Okay. Super Mario World doesn't play like Mario 64. Mario 64 doesn't play like Mario Sunshine. Mario Sunshine does not play at Mario Galaxy. Mario Galaxy does not play like Mario Odyssey. They're all different, innovative games that do not play like one another.
This
is the reason why these franchises last the way they do.
Same thing.
Because they don't play the same. They innovate each time. This is why these franchises last as long as they do.
Man, it lasts because people keep buying it over and over.
You got Mario Party, Super Mario Strikers. You had them in NFL Street. Super Mario Strikers is a tennis game. They've never done that before.
And it's a whole tennis game. The same thing applies to Zelda. You go down the line of, there's some that had direct sequels, like Ocarina of Time, and then you had Majora.
Now that's the same thing, kind of.
And then when they come on to Breath, everything has a new, innovative core mechanic to it. That's what makes it a whole new feel, and it makes it a whole different game. Breath of the Wild really took it over the top. They really changed everything. You can literally do stuff in Breath of the Wild that you can't do in other games that came out after it.
What about Pokemon?
Pokemon is an abomination from hell.
Yeah,
that's the same. That whole company needs to be fired. I have
honestly, let's be real. If Pokemon did not exist, Nintendo would be behind a lot because Pokemon is their biggest selling media franchise of all time.
Yeah, that's because they keep doing the same thing. They keep doing the same thing over and over again.
No, it's because you have them with the marketing from the trading card game.
Yeah, that's for kids, man. Yeah, of course, it's gonna sell like crazy.
Hold up. Listen. Pokemon developed a lot of equity in gaming, long period, just like Mario did, just like Zelda did.
Yeah,
Pokemon has hit a point to where the developers that handle that have come complacent.
Yeah,
and they
get lazy.
They split up their development team into two parts to work on Little Town Hero, and then the other worked on Pokemon, which was a bad move.
The thing is, I hate that game with a passion. That Pokemon Sword and Shield, I hate it with a passion because it is the biggest eyesore on Nintendo's whole catalog. Because you can obviously see where people tried to do something and somebody didn't try to do shit. And that's exactly what Pokemon Sword and Shield is.
Now,
even though I'm a Nintendo fan hardcore, and they're my number one, they're my number one, I'm not going to sit up here and make excuses for stuff to make excuses. But the thing is, that's a single, alone incident. No other franchise operates like that whatsoever. And Pokemon had to it got to a point to where they started doing that. You know what I mean? And we look at games like Pinkman, we look at games like Splatoon, we look at the stuff like Astral Chain, IP that they own that they wanted to make you know what I'm saying? It's like they're looking for stuff to go along with their catalog they already have because they don't want to whore out their big franchises. This is why it's taking so long for Metroid to come back. They tried something new with Metroid with Other M, we shitted on it, and they say, okay, let's back up and let's fix this. And we ain't seen her since. So it's like, look, they know how to handle business. Okay.
I honestly think that they need to, like you said, Baron, break up, Game Freak and give it to somebody else, or just be humble enough to accept help in the terms of getting.
Y'all wasting your breath.
No, they did have help, but it wasn't a major role. They had other developers team in,
and I also want to bring to light, studios that have evolved and got crazy better. Monolith Studios is amazing. Xenoblade is amazing. Xenoblade X is amazing. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is amazing. They have continuously gotten so much better each time to the point they stand up there as one of the top developers. And Game Freak has fallen to the bottom of the damn list. So the thing is, we didn't have Xenoblade 20 years ago. That's still a new IP. It's still fresh.
Right.
They don't just make new IPs just for the hell of making new IPs. If they have an original idea that brings an innovative concept to gaming, they will go forward with it. And then let's say
Mario was made by Intelligent Systems, and that was back in the Nintendo 64 days, and that's literally an RPG element that Super Mario RPG was on the SNES I remember correctly, that was made by a different developer. But the fact is that people wanted a Paper Mario game so bad that, you know, I'm one of them. Like, I loved that more than Mario Original. Like, I loved that more than the idea of, like, the only other actual mainline Mario game that I liked was Sunshine. Other than that, I really didn't care for the sides.
You know what? Cut this man mic. Cut his mic.
Oh.
Cut his mic right now.
We gonna be here. We gonna be here all
I can't stand
day.
you sunshine bitches. I really can't stand you.
Hey, why
be here
are
all day with this.
Cut this man mic right now.
Hey, that was innovative.
I hate that game with a passion. That is the worst moment.
Lord.
Why did you? Okay.
The worst.
No. So what? So explain to me why you hate Sunshine. Like, what was
because
it?
it was lame as
Don't
hell.
even ask him.
The world was
I
not
wasn't
interesting. It was
Don't even
How
ask
was
him.
that
Yo,
uninteresting?
look, we gonna be here
How was that-
all day.
How was that
with this.
uninteresting? He literally was cleaning up
Oh
paint.
Lord,
That's
please,
literally what
please.
Splatoon is about.
Oh God,
Splatoon.
no.
Listen,
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone.
But
That's gonna be
please
a
leave
whole
it
other
alone
argument.
because we're gonna be here all
But
day.
I think
We're gonna have to have a conversation about that on the offline.
We're gonna talk about it offline. But we're gonna end this right here because we over 3 hours. We're gonna end this right here, right now. But guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed episode 9 of the MGN podcast. Really do appreciate all of you guys for subscribing, for coming over, for hitting us upside the head with the super chats and everything. We'll definitely see you guys on Monday. We'll be back on it again with the daily grind. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Let's just go ahead and with the outros here. Chris, you have anything? Let's start off with you, man, and then we'll cut it from here.
Blast, man. This was fun talking about gaming, y'all. Thanks for having me on, and shout out to everybody in the chat. Big Cloud had something to do, so shout out to him as well. Just hit me up on YouTube at the Devout Joystick and talk about other gaming content. See you guys next Saturday.
All right, Baron Black.
Look,
Hail Truth King.
I came in with the heel truth, but the thing I tell you every time, you ain't got to like it. You ain't got to love it.
But you
respect it.
Q
Khalees respect the facts, okay? And you gonna respect that Sunshine was boring and lame as hell.
Oh my
God! That's
Okay. Wii U.
Oh my God, man! This was the most hilarious stream ever. Like, I had to sit back and enjoy this whole thing.
Can't be bothered.
But yeah, man. Shout out to everybody in the podcast. Shout out to everybody in the stream. Yeah, man, this was lit.
All right. Fake gospel. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll catch y'all next